more fake news.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you ever have one of those moments where you think, how the hell did I get here? Jeez, what happened to me? I was ruling the galaxy, had a cherry new battle station. I mean, this place had an omelet bar, a straight-up omelet bar. And now look, my former intern's tossing me down a bottomless freaking pit. You know, come to think of it, my whole life has been a series of what the f moments. That was my out.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I looked my woman in the eye sockets. I told her straight out. I just said it, man. I said it. I said, bitch, I'm the man of the house.
Yeah, you said bitch, though. You called your wife a bitch.
Yeah.
What is this Facebook Live? I've never heard of this shit.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Somebody told me to do a test today with the Darth Treasy video and see if Facebook would stop me mid-stroke to see what happens, and sure as shit, I was stopped mid-stroke from broadcasting right now, so resume, motherfucker. Broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence. It's 19 March 2018. This is the Monday edition, and I got the Spanx and the, who do I got with me today? I got the Owl, right? Got the Owl. All right, so, anywho, how y'all doing today? How was your weekend? Did you enjoy some of the, what was that fucking, we had, what holiday did we have going on this weekend? What was it, like St. Patrick's Day, right?
St. Patrick's Day.
It was the day of St. Patrick's. To me, it's just an excuse to go drink and have some fun, enjoy myself with some friends. I don't even know if Irish, is there any fucking good enough chow at all for the Irish? I mean, I don't know if I can like get people to fucking go, fucking chucky on me and shit. Do you see that video of that little girl when she's all pissed off? It was Chucky, fucking Chucky.
Yeah, I did.
So, yeah, so it's one of those things, man. I just kind of like chilled out the house, didn't do anything. I know Savannah just recently, actually not Savannah, but the Army said that soldiers marching in Savannah can't have fun anymore. So if girls come up and try to give you a kiss, no, they won't do that. This is not the place, Sean, where you want to. Yeah, you're supposed to wave them off. But then again, if you, isn't that kind of funny that the Army is the biggest fucking so scared about sexual assault that they're telling you to assault somebody to get away from doing something sexually that's considered sexual assault. And if you're a guy and you do that to a woman, you automatically it becomes a domestic violence because the girl tries to provide you with some sort of affection, which means you have somewhat knowledge of her, and it could be misconstrued as sexual assault, and then all of a sudden, bam, domestic violence.
Say that 3 times fast.
I had coffee today. I'm drinking some iced coffee today. It's one of those days, man. And so, anyways, it's Monday. It's fucking Monday. A lot of shit in the news going on. For those of you 15 years ago, I'd say probably 15 years ago from the middle of January till it was released on the news is when Operation Iraqi Freedom kicked off. And this is the invasion, not the subsequent surge fucking bullshit that was happening, but this is the invasion where 3rd Infantry Division crossed the berm. Up in the north, they had the Special Operations, Jasodif North, doing their unconventional warfare shit. You had the 4th ID trying to come across the border up by Turkey, but that didn't fucking happen. You had 3rd ID, 1st Armored Division, 1st Cav, Marines, 82nd. All of them during the invasion were coming up. The big dash was to come up to Baghdad, and that was the big thing. Baghdad, we gotta get to Baghdad. Oh, we gotta get to Baghdad. Meanwhile, blowing by, Najaf, fucking Karbala, Al-Qut, you know the places where, like, I don't know, all the motherfuckers are hiding, that were gonna be hiding, that ended up causing the Mahdi uprising with Muqtada al-Sadr. So, anyways, so for all you veterans that had participated in the invasion, and like me, I participated in the invasion and then PCS and then came right back. I was like, yeah.
You just loved it.
Yeah, I didn't go to Iraq. You didn't go with the division, so you're going with... But I, literally just came back. When'd you come back? Desert Storm? No, asshole. Fucking, 2 months ago? Didn't matter. You know what I mean? So...
God.
Yeah, so that was the...
Fire service.
Yeah. I'm just telling you, man. It's just fucking... So 15 fucking years. 15 years, and then up until, the May time frame... It was a March, April, May, the beginning of, I think it was the middle of May or something like that. That's when the W landed on an aircraft carrier and came out in a flight suit, looking all bad. He's like, look at me, I'm cool. And he's fucking all Mr. Man, walks up to the fucking podium and says, we have declared victory. Saddam Hussein. They had that little mission accomplished speech.
Taking down that big old statue.
Yeah, exactly. Had that big fucking mission accomplished fucking statue, all this other crap going on. And yeah, pretty much fucking the end of it. Then of course, then here we are 15 years later. Normally we're supposed to say 15 years ago, and we all kind of laugh and shoot the shit about those who have given their lives and our fallen brothers and a toast up, and I'm glad everybody's home. But no, we've not done that.
We're still waiting.
We're still waiting. Yeah, we are in Iraq 15 years, and Afghanistan, of course, 17 years. So we're still at war,
and it doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon.
Well, that's because Hodge. You know what I'm saying? Hodge.
Oh yeah, he wants this one to go as long as he possibly can.
I mean, he wants to, that's how he legitimizes his fucking. His prophetic and apocalyptic method of saying that all dogs go to heaven. So again, it's just fucking one of those things. 15 fucking years ago. So did you participate in the invasion, or did you participate that later, Al?
I actually was in Desert 1.
Oh wow.
Desert Storm. Yeah, I'm old.
And then you went to Iraq afterwards, or?
Nope. At that point, I was medically out.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. I don't even know my own guys. Spanx, what about you? I know you've been in for a while, a little bit. What about you, Spanx?
No, I was on Enduring Freedom, in 01.
Yeah.
When you talk about that 17-year thing.
Yeah.
And in 2003, I was part of First Cav that was getting ready to go, but our orders got deleted. Because, we couldn't get it, 4th ID couldn't get in through Turkey.
Yeah.
So then they couldn't decide what to do with us, I guess, at the time. I was, a baby sergeant then.
Oh.
So, I don't know exactly how we were supposed to be getting there. I mean, all of our stuff had already left even, but they said, nope, y'all aren't going now. So I didn't go anywhere in 2003 during that time.
Yeah.
And then I wound up, getting pregnant in 2003, the end of 2003. So I didn't go with my unit when they went later in 2004. And then I had a break in service. So, you know, because I had a little one to take care of, and dual military was kind of hard to do at that time.
No, I got you. No, that's understandable.
You had to figure out how to be a mama.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, it might have been easier to deploy.
I was about to say, being a parent, man, I tell you, I'd deploy again because, you know, at least when you get pissed off, you can shoot the enemy. You can't go fucking, you know, shooting fucking kids and shit when you're pissed off at them.
Right.
So.
Yeah, gotta learn patience.
Yeah, exactly. You have to learn fucking tactical patience, fucking parenting patience, and oh my god, there's just some days. I think having a kid back in the day would have been, well, actually, you know, was pretty hard because, you know, I had other kids, my oldest, and woo, man.
You know, I always say it would have been nice to have actually been a parent before I became a sergeant, because you learn a lot of patience. And you learn how to put up with all the stupid stuff as a parent.
Oh my god! I tell you what, some of the techniques that I use as a first sergeant are from parenting, because some of these kids, and vice versa too. I mean, some of the things you can't get away with. Obviously, you can't make your kid do push-ups, but you can, ensure that your kids do a physical fitness regimen, so that way they understand that it may be punishment to them, but you're actually conditioning them to be better kids. I used the techniques from parenting on some of these kids that I had, and I call them kids. Everyone they hate it when I call them kid. I'm not a kid, and I'm thinking, look, you're old. If I'm old enough to be your dad or your grandfather, I could call you kid. And the way I was raised, while I was coming up, it's a term of endearment when they see you as like respect. It's not like, you know, hey kid, you know, come here, man. It's like, I don't know, it's just different. It means if I'm calling you kid, that means I have respect for you because I feel I need to be, mentoring and shit. We didn't forget about you. Do we forget about you? What are you talking about? Who's us?
Well, hi, Sean. How you doing?
Yeah, who's he talking about? Forget about us.
I don't know.
I don't know who he's talking about. We're saying that we're forgetting about him.
He wants to feel loved.
Oh, come on, Sean. Tell us what you're talking about, man. We'll give you some love. Tell us what you mean. Did we forget about you? They're still kids, exactly. But the point being is that a lot of the techniques that I use as parenting apply to being a first sergeant because, these were adults, but some of them did not have father figures in their lives, or parents, I should say, in their lives, to help them, whatever. Drill sergeants aren't able to train the soldier like they used to.
No, not even close.
Not even close. Yeah, Max, we're talking about they're bringing them back. They're bringing drill sergeants in EIT, so we'll see how that fucking fares out. But I was just talking about where were you when when the invasion happened and all this other shit. And just thinking about all the fucking drama that happened. Was it a good idea to go? Looking back, fuck.
That's a good question because it depends on who you talk to, who you got as friends who can give you the true intel versus what they tell the public and everything else.
I don't know. I guess you could say we had 9/11 rage. It's almost like when it's almost like it's like this. It's like when you've been robbed and then and you come home to your house and it's been ransacked, you just want to beat the fuck out of everybody, right? If you've ever been robbed, if you've ever been involved in a crime like that, if you've been a victim of a crime. So what are you gonna do? You don't really know who the fuck did it, but you're gonna go to that motherfucker's hood and beat the fuck out of everybody. However, he has friends, and you still have that rage going on. So that fucking rage that you have, you're looking for an excuse. And what's bad is that it's not like Facebook. Guys say it on TV, and they talk all this shit, and they talk all this shit in the national stage because back in the day, those were the news outlets that we had. So when a fucking leader of a country would come out and say, "Oh, death to America" or whatever, and it gets everybody riled up, especially after 9/11. So you could have said, "We're gonna go fucking invade the ocean," and we'd have been fucking good with it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Dolphins are fucking terrorists. They need to die with whales. You know what I mean?
Someone's putting mines on the dolphins.
Yeah, exactly. We could have done. You could have at that point. I think we still we had enough 9/11 rage to say we were willing to fuck up anybody. If anybody we thought was a threat, we just decided, hey, look, we might as well just fuck everybody up. And at that time, I felt, and at the time after going through some what I've seen and you know, not talking about intel reports and all this other stuff, I thought that we were gonna go and do one or two things. I'd say a couple things. I'd say maybe three things. One was to destabilize that area for a fucking reason, so that way we didn't have to keep spending money in Saudi Arabia because of that fucker.
Yeah.
Because we just like all over fucking Saudi Arabia with their shit. Two, the motherfucker's out there and he's using fucking chemical weapons against his own people. Three, the reestablishment of Kurdistan. I was really hoping that was going to happen. I was really hoping that Kurdistan was going to fucking come back and bam. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do know what you mean. I mean, there were so many opportunities, and there still are, but they're kind of decreasing.
Well, Max says, why are we discussing the politics of OIF? We're AER in this thing, man. We're not discussing the bill was passed by Congress. Didn't I just fucking say that? I just said that, Max. That was the deal. I said we still had 9/11 rage. We could have said the Philippines had something to do with it, and we could have said any country had it didn't have to just be Iraq. Every Congress would have passed anything to do it, to fucking fight, to fuck up somebody. So really, I was hoping those three things would happen, because when you kind of think about it, we were in Saudi Arabia. So when you are in fucking when Kuwait becomes a PCS and then not a PCS and then not a PCS and a PCS and then not a PCS. Then we're there too fucking long.
Much too long.
It is a class, and plus, I would say this is an additional bullet point, or maybe one of those things that you could say it's a bonus point or something, like a bonus reason,
a bonus round.
Yeah, we don't fucking belong there. That we are so different. Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about individually. I have met some Iraqis and some Kurds and some, I was going to say Turks, but there's no such thing. But anyways, I've met some good people over there in Iraq. Some of them weren't even from Iraq. Some of them were Americans that came over to fight against Saddam Hussein. So my biggest thing is that, great, the individual, now the geopolitical structure and the communications between diplomats and all that other bullshit. Then exactly, cause Kuwait's not a deployment yet. Motherfuckers weren't saying that when Iraq invaded Kuwait.
Yeah, no shit,
you know what I mean?
right.
They're like, but I was kind of looking at the fact that the as far as the culture goes, is that, I mean, come on, just now, 15 years later, after 15 years before that, all the bullshit. One of the members of the royal family in Saudi Arabia said that women are equal in Saudi Arabia. Now, mind you, he's saying that not in a fucking area where he can get caught. You know what I mean? Because now, I don't know who's doing blind extremism. The fucking the mujads or the fucking or the liberals. You know what I mean? That's the way I'm seeing it. Shit. That's the way I'm seeing it. I'm not. Come on, man. We're fucking. I think we're mostly center. And there's a couple people, that are mostly that are not really left, but left of center or right of center. We're all, I think, on WTF Nation around that way. But then there's also the common sense shit. Oh, come on, dude. Really? You're gonna get that extreme to get mad to where now all of a sudden, you're a minority that's gonna to be like that. Have you ever seen the movie Syriana? If you see the movie Syriana, great movie by George. It was George Clooney was in it, and if you ever see that movie, you will get a different take of the politics of the countries in the Middle East. It's got George Clooney, it's got Matt Damon, it's got in there and shit like that. It's a good movie, and it discusses the difference in cultures. Is a little bit
cultural differences.
Yeah. And that's right, Pooks. It's a deep movie. However, what you see is how the difference in culture on how we see things in life and how that culture sees things in life. We always talk about separation of church and state. Over there, the church is the state.
Exactly.
So it's hard for us to. We can't. And we have.
It's hard to process the fact that we have tried so hard to become quote unquote civilized and think in a manner of human and religion and all these things are separated, whereas with them everything is about religion. It all integrates. It's its own it's a different culture than we are used to. It's not PC by any fashion. And we go over there and all of a sudden we have the differences. We're trying to impress upon them our culture and getting it to where someone actually in a prince or someone says, hey, women are equal. That is a gigantic step, especially the way that they believe.
I don't think that's a I think after being there for so long, it's kind of one of those things that, is it really going to help for us to try to change the culture? Now think about what happened when Daesh, which is the bad name. Daesh is the bad name for ISIS. If you want to piss off ISIS, call them Daesh. That really sets them off.
I didn't say it was a good thing that we were trying to, we were bringing our culture over there.
No.
I'm just saying that's what's happening.
I've actually heard from Iraqis themselves that when I asked them and I showed pictures of what a Hooters look like, they went fucking nuts, and what strip clubs are, and what fucking bars are like. Did you know the majority of the booze that I did not consume in Iraq were from Iraq, that were from fucking underground fucking bars and liquor stores that started propping up left and right? Beer that I didn't even know was even made in Europe was in fucking Iraq. So when you start fucking drinking that, you're like, whoa, fuck, I'm in Iraq. I'm drinking a beer. These motherfuckers want strip clubs and fucking Hooters. God. And they want air conditioning. No wonder they're fucking pissed.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Fucking bullshit. So when they're going through this fucking rigmarole of understanding the cultures, I'm talking of the people, yeah, they do want change. They want something different.
But they just don't know what they want, and that's where the extremism versus the not so extremism come into play. It's kind of like bring up abortion amongst Christians. You're gonna run into your extremism, and then those who say, well, I can, I'm pro and I'm pro-life, and you've got all these extremes. It's the same thing over there, except for it's about everything that we have over here. They don't, and they have to slowly let it in and decide: do we give women rights? Do we let them have driver's licenses? Do we let them have this? Do we wouldn't it be funny? Do we let women have guns? Arm their women, see what happens.
Yeah, well, man, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, though. During the insurgency, women were fucking armed. Women did have weapons. And then when all this stuff happened with fucking Daesh, then what happened with them? They went apeshit in fucking in Iraq and started wiping out the entire fucking indige there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, what was it in Afghanistan when we finally got things in place over there? When women could go to school. What's the one thing that they tried to take away the minute we started supposedly moving out? They tried to shut down schools.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's really going on is old versus new.
Well, I mean, think about it, though. We were there what were we there for? Think about what were we there for?
That's the question.
What did we go to? Everyone, what did we go to Iraq for? Did we go to dispose of a dictator that was oppressing his people, that violated the UN resolutions 113 times, fired upon our aircraft, gassed the Kurds, and was a destabilizing threat in a region? kind of sounds like familiar from another person, another place, but that's
Exactly.
that's what it was. I mean, that's what I thought. And then of course, there was reports of Al Qaeda being over there. Now, everyone talks about Al Qaeda and everything else of the stuff like they all fucking know each other. They didn't realize at the time that they were so decentralized. You could say you're fucking Al Qaeda even though it had nothing to do with Al Qaeda and 9/11. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? The Al Qaeda and fucking 9/11 is different than the Al Qaeda that was in Iraq. So you can't really fucking sit there and say, well, it's not the same kind. You said there was Al Qaeda there. Well, it's like fucking Al Qaeda. There's like an offshoot of fucking Al Qaeda, which became Al Qaeda in Iraq with fucking Zarqawi.
Okay.
That's when we're
when you brought up the whole close to the whole remind you of someone else. I remember the whole who was it? Oh damn it! Who was the leader of Iraq that we killed? For some reason, the name's skipping me today.
You talking about Saddam Hussein?
Saddam Hussein.
Saddam Hussein. There we go. I know. Yeah. It's been one of those days.
Hey, he was in Desert Storm too, by the way. I'm just saying.
But if you go back, his uncle actually went to Hitler and he endorsed Hitler. He actually learned his ways and brought them back and taught them.
Saddam Hussein is a Nazi. We must kill the Nazis.
Well, but that's just it. Is they have proven that actually happened and that he brought it back and actually was teaching Saddam all the stuff that Hitler had taught his uncle. And so if you think about it, it never stopped.
Yeah, it never. Look, that's what I was just asking. If was it worth going over? Now, was it worth going over there? And then I'd say a few years later, okay, maybe a decade later, just about a decade later, we just pulled the fuck out, and then that's when ISIS rose the fuck up and started slaughtering everybody. They wiped out generations.
Oh yeah.
Bad. It was one of those things to where they went in there and cleaned out, and even made it worse for the Kurds already. It was as if that there was even. And W did say that if you pull out of Iraq abruptly, something far worse is going to come to this region, and everyone's just kind of like fucking laughed at them. And look what's happening right now. We are back.
Yeah.
We are back.
The vacuum.
Yeah, we're back in Iraq, and
we don't see anything anytime soon.
Yeah.
Plus, now we're dealing with Africa.
Yeah. Well, we've always dealt with Africa, but we just kind of, just that was it. They just didn't really deal with it.
Yeah.
But now they're getting emboldened in Africa. They're all foreign fighters because in Africa, they're not like that. They're not.
This is where you wish someone like Schwarzkopf would come in and say, okay, give me the reins, let me do what I want to do, and let's just go storm them.
Oh no way, dude! No. Welcome to the new army, Al.
I know.
These mo frappies are too fucking risk averse. No. They anything that will make them look bad or whatever. What's funny is that they don't want to look bad, but will be the first ones testifying to Congress that they need shit.
Oh, I know. They're the leftovers of Obama. Obama set us up for the PC in the generals. A lot of people left when he just kept going through generals left and right. If anybody said no, we need to do this, he said bye.
Yeah, I'm just
and the good generals, the ones who were willing to stand up for the troops, who were willing to sit there and say, you know what, we can do better. They're gone.
Yeah.
And now what do we have? We have a bunch of officers coming in from liberal colleges and acting all PC, doing exactly what you said.
I don't think I've ever. There's no. But I'm just trying to think. There's no. Like, we don't have a Schwarzkopf anymore.
No, we don't.
We don't have like a Patton. We don't have anybody that's like Gavin or fucking, we don't even have, generals like, General Patton, or, Schwarzkopf, everyone's, we're having that shit. I don't even
We don't have anybody to rally around.
Well, what's funny is that we don't have anybody like that, but because of the fact that, I don't know, like you said, risk averse. And I just don't.
Yeah, we have Mattis, but even Mattis, they have reins on him.
Well, again, I just kind of like, I keep laughing at the fact that everyone's like, oh, well, the great leader and did this, did that, did this. But did he do anything? Did they do anything? Did they do anything aside from the fact for being the Marines? His name was Chaos, actually. We had Tommy Franks, is right.
Yeah, we had, and that's the problem.
But
past tense.
Yeah, but they were
We
that's what I'm saying.
had.
We have nobody.
Well, but that's, again, that goes back to how long has this war been going on? Since 2003. How many years of officers did Obama get rid of when he took over and he started saying, you don't like what I say, you're gone?
I don't see that.
He took so many generals, and not just
I don't think
4 stars, but he started going down the line.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what happened. I think that they didn't like, the generals didn't like Bush. They were so disrespectful to fucking Bush that when Obama came along, it just seemed like they were just like, yeah, fuck that dude. You know what I mean? They were like, go ahead, Spanx.
I don't even think it's just that. I mean, like, if you think about it, I mean, like, how many officers have you known that has fucked up once and gotten, like, twice non-selected?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, so they're all so scared to make any kind of mistake that they're not going to go on a limb for anything.
Well, look at what they came out of, okay? Because in the 90s, you had the Clinton years when he was cutting back everybody. I mean, and even though I got out, I saw that.
Oh, I did too.
And when he started, I mean, they were cutting back jobs, they were cutting back everybody. They were doing a drawdown. They were getting rid of bases. It used to be, you had one Article 15 or one bust, no big deal. Nobody was going to hold it against you. But the second Clinton came in, the tone changed almost immediately, and everybody's like, man, if you got a bust, you better be thinking about your resume.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It just seemed like we don't have any, like, there's nobody. The last I thought should have commanded a unit, could have been, I think, a rallying leader, was General Perkins, the retired TRADOC commander. He's the one that went on fucking Fox News and told and was behind the troops when he said that Gregory Salcido, that fucking teacher, said that he was fucking wrong. He said he'll take him down to see all this training. He'll take him to Fort Leavenworth to see what type of engineer work they do. He'll take him down to fucking Arlington. That right there, dude, I was a fan immediately when he started talking about supporting the soldier. And it's almost like he was just talking about as if the soldiers were literally his. Not because he was in a command, but like they were literally his fucking soldiers. And they literally were, he was going to fucking take fucking Salsa Greg by the fucking scruff and say, look, motherfucker, this is what soldiers do. These are not, that, blah, blah, blah.
I agree.
And I was like, then I found out he fucking retired.
Did he? And then the question is, did he retire because he wanted to, or because he saw the writing on the wall?
I think he.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
How many officers who would have been good or were good saw the writing on the wall?
Yeah, again, man, I don't know. I can't answer that question, Al, and I'm fucking in.
Oh no. Here's one thought for you that always turns around in my mind. I don't know the specific number, so please don't hold me to that. But the comparable of generals in World War II during the height of operations versus, and we're talking, there were more soldiers in during World War II than there are right now, correct?
Well, yeah, I mean, by millions, yes.
Okay, so there were and don't quote me perfectly, but there were approximately 40 4-stars.
You're talking about the number or ratio between 4-stars and Joes today as opposed to World War II. Is that what you mean?
Yep.
Yeah. So like a private right now has an average of 3 4-stars or 4 4-stars or something like that, or 3 stars, as opposed to how the ratio was back in World War II. Yeah, I know what
Exactly.
you're saying.
There's so many officers now, and you sit there and go, okay, we got less troops, but we have more officers. How did this happen? And then you think about the Civil War. The Civil War makeup was completely different.
My dearest Spanky, today the war was completely different.
But you think the first sergeant, there was first sergeant, then there were platoon leaders. Those were the ones that had rank. From there, squad leader, they didn't really even have but a private as squad leaders. Then you went to the platoon leader, which was a corporal sergeant. Then you had the first sergeant, and then you had an XO and a company commander. That's it.
My dearest owl, the war is different. We have now more generals than...
We have more generals now than we have in many 2,000 years, or not 2,000, 200 years.
What are you trying to say?
Of America. 200 years
this ain't
of
Roman
America.
times.
Yeah, this ain't Roman times, motherfucker. Shit.
Yeah, I know. Hey, yeah, my day's been interesting, so yeah. 400 years ago.
Today,
our ranks were much different back then, when a soldier was a soldier. And to get rank, you had to earn it. You did not go by scores, you actually went and got the respect of your men.
Oh, today Private Ice married another woman. That boy has married his 50th wife. Seems to be collecting them like the amputee pile outside of Gettysburg.
But you see what I'm saying, though?
No, I got you, man. I got you.
That's the one thing that has always kind of bothered me, is that we've got more generals now, and they're wanting to put in more than 30 years, and they're doing they're more and more kind of padding each other and making it better for themselves. And then who gets who gets the downside of all this?
Well, that's what I'm saying, because the Army just recently, it was like just not even 4 or 5 years ago, there were guys that had impeccable records and were getting told, get the fuck out. Like they were getting their pink slips on the way home from their deployment. Like when you get out of here, you have 90 days to get the fuck out of the Army.
Oh yeah,
some of them didn't.
I wasn't counseling back then, but I actually had friends who were coming up to me and talking for hours about how they love the Army. They were planning to put in 20, 30. And because of engagement rules, and because then they started doing the scale down, it's like, I didn't even have a chance.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't have a chance to do anything. So, yeah, I was just, again, I didn't want to get political and get behind the what is or whatever or why Operation Iraqi Freedom, because I do want to honor those that have given their lives. Who have, some of them have not come home, and some of them who also have been physically or mentally wounded as well. I say wounded.
So saith Jay Reddy.
Yeah, so saith the Lord. So saith Reddieth. Oh my. Oh my. Did he do his, did he draw out his freaking, oh Martha? Again, yeah, hang on. Yeah. Oh Martha, I decree your pie is most divine. Although I drink Corona. All right, I'm gonna break some balls. All right, real quick.
Did he put that lime in, and did he wedge it good?
I do declare the Corona is not a true Mexican beer. My friends down in San Antone can tell me and attest to that Tecate is the primo of the cervezas.
Well, at least you can drink. I can't even do that. So.
Man. So yeah, it was just one of those things that I just wanted to talk about. It just just want to again commemorate, honor those that have given their lives and have been physically or mentally wounded. And me and Patrick Benson served together in Iraq, not even knowing we served together. So the director for our war horses for veterans. So yeah, it was kind of cool. So when we finally met up, we started shooting the shit. We started realizing, holy shit, it's like knowing you went to the same high school but didn't know you were the same high school until next thing you know that was it.
Oh yeah.
So
sometimes I still well, it's been as old as I am. I don't bump into him as much anymore, but
yeah. So all right. So I was just like I said, that was just one of the talks about God damn it, dude. Do we talk too fast? Do we talk too much? Because it's already 15 towards the hour, and I only
we just enjoy.
I just started like not even literally 5 minutes after 8 because I was doing that resume shit and I was getting flagged by Facebook. So
Ain't that some shit?
Facebook, it would appear Facebook is now using their algorithms. Okay. All right. So I'm going to talk about that. Apparently, there has been a data mining company look.
Oh yeah, the whole Trump thing. They're trying to nail it to Trump.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. What were you going to say? Go tell me what you're going to say, and I'll tell you what I'm going to say. Go ahead. Go.
Well, the fact that they are trying to now put it all on. It was a Trump firm that did this, and now they're trying to say we need to pull this into the Mueller investigation, and now we finally got him. I mean, I work out, okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I went to the gym, and I saw that on all the damn TVs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sitting there going, my God, people, how many? You can't tell me Clinton. You can't tell me the Democrats haven't run some sort of programming to figure out what their base is and who does what and who poops when and who pees when.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, people.
I got you.
So to sit there and go, Trump did that? Oh no, he's in with the Russians. We can now prove it. Yeah. Oh my God.
Damn, dude, you need a drink? So look, this campaign used fucking YouTube, what's the other one? I was gonna say MySpace, but I don't even think MySpace.
Twitter.
Twitter, Flickr, Facebook, fucking Google and all that. They even had Google. They had Google in the White House, and I'm talking about the last administration.
I think what the problem was is Zuckerman feels violated
because his shit is used against him because it was successful for Hillary's
I think
defeat.
That's
what it was.
He feels violated now.
Yeah, exactly. So what it was is that now let me just give you the synopsis of how back in 2007 Obama mobilized he was actually the pioneer to use multimedia, social media, and all of the mining algorithms and aggregation fucking sites to pull your information to see how the vote was he was watching it in live stream and live in real time. So he, again, at the time, he used fucking YouTube, Flickr, Twitter, fucking Facebook, and used Google. Had a Google office for his re-election, had somebody from Google in the White House. In the White House with him.
And what did they call him? They called him a genius.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly.
No, they called him a genius for utilizing all his tools.
Bro, he wasn't a genius. He had, just like Trump, has other people. Well, if he stops firing them, has people that do it for him. You know what I mean? So So he had his campaign was literally was using mobile users. He was using he was smart. It was fucking ingenious. How are we gonna fucking do this? There were people who were even part of the fucking that were grabbing the names and shit like that. It was like the first in its lesson and actually the pioneer, the plank holder of how all elections were going to be decided. They thought that because Obama was a fluke, that it was going to go back to normal again, and that was it. And not realizing that fucking everybody, they were able to pull fucking discussions and put on the campaign's YouTube account. And we were able to grab information and also the shit. And that whole fucking thing was built off of technology. So
Oh, yeah.
it's almost like when you say you colluded with the fucking Germans because you used a car because what's wrong with using fucking horse-drawn carriages? Why did you fucking go to the inventor of the car, Mercedes-Benz, and decide to build a car? That's collusion, you fucking Nazi. You know what I mean? Why? You know, I don't understand how progress. I don't understand how the innovation of something is now all of a sudden because somebody wins that you don't fucking like. Do I like that he fucking won? I definitely damn fucking feel better that the other one didn't win.
Oh, no shit, right?
But we got what we got. You know what I mean?
I don't have a problem with him because I like the fact that every day he's doing something, just poking the media bear. I love it.
Yeah, no,
watch those guys.
yeah,
They're
exactly.
pulling
That's
their
just
hair
fucking scrap.
out. The world's on fire, pulling their hair out. You're just
exactly.
sitting there going,
Mhm.
I mean, come on.
Exactly.
After them sitting there putting their noses so far up,
Yeah,
Obama's.
Oh my god. Did you know that he was part of the invention of Facebook Live? Yeah, I could believe. You know what? I don't believe fucking what's his name, Al Gore, when he talks about climate change and I invented the internet and the world's gonna go away and fuck him. He did not do shit. Obama was the one that was the architect of creating Facebook Live because when it had fucking CNN had a fucking the giant screens of fucking live TV pumped through fucking Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
That was the fucking largest fucking viewership that fucking CNN had ever had. Period.
The good old days for them.
Well, I mean, you gotta think about who they had fucking running. I mean, come on, who did they have fucking running? They saw it as a sure win, and even those that weren't of his party saw it as a sure win.
Oh yeah.
They was like,
Oh, yeah.
fuck, man. So everybody, to include overseas, fucking were like, oh, well, everybody fucking knows this. Fucking Obama's gonna win because he owned the interwebs. He owned the way the fucking campaign was being run. So. Flash forward to 2014. What was like? Yeah, fucking. What was the next election? 2012. Fucking. I'm off my fucking presidents, dude. Because
Hey,
I don't. It's a blur for me right now.
We're both having days.
Yeah, we are. It's fucking, so I'm still here. Let's go back to Iraq. It's time to go get some terrorists.
I won't be so damn confused.
Exactly. So what happened was that when his re-election happened, he had already had that establishment. That's why Google was in the White House. That's why YouTube was already in the White House. That's why Facebook was already in the White House. No one says a fucking thing about it because what were they saying? This is innovation. This is groundbreaking. This is pioneering stuff. This is great. This is awesome. This will be good for the community. This is great. We can have social programs going on, and everybody gets a phone, and everybody gets internet, and yay, and all that stuff. Everyone's like, yeah, fuck yeah, everyone's good. Donald Trump sends
Sorry, I didn't catch that. For some reason, my Skype cut out.
Yeah, well, again, yeah, we're having a lot of problems right now because every time I it's fucking hilarious. I love it. They're like, I don't think it's fucking true, and I think it's a lot of fucking horse shit that fucking everyone starts talking about tinfoil shit. But then after listening to J-Ready shows with Pookie, and I start hearing all the shit and start reading all the stuff he throws out, man, I start getting all tinfoily too. I mean, several of my shows have been affected by this. But then, anyways, Donald Trump logs on to fucking Twitter and sends out two words, fake news, and everybody loses their shit.
They came unglued. It was beautiful.
Everyone came. Yeah, exactly. I'm a fucking fire. I love starting fires anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. But everyone lost their shit, and then now everyone's saying because of this program thing, this new fucking, this new data mining bullshit that's happening right now, that now all of a sudden, it was collusion. It has to do with Mueller and Comey and. They're like you said, they're literally are fucking, they're apoplectic. They're losing their shit, going fucking nuts.
Oh, it's hilarious because the thing is, he didn't do a damn thing that's illegal. That particular thing was not illegal.
No, what anybody was doing is not illegal. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay. Everybody right now is not really illegal. Like right now. You can, as a private citizen, get a fucking Twitter and get a fucking Facebook, create your own page of healing of the mind and all the shaman shit that you got going on. And I'll open a site that's got all my Civil War stories and fucking shit like that going on, and how to survive ex-wives or whatever. And it's totally fucking, I am using that platform to fucking get what out. It's not fucking illegal. If I get into a big business venture and someone says, Ice, we want to combine the intuitiveness of getting a bunch of ex-wives and adding the owl's body and mind, because bitches can drive you crazy. And you can go, yeah, that's a good idea. And then someone's gonna say, oh, you guys are colluding because, oh, you guys fucking, oh man, you guys are. Just because we use something of a platform that was created for everybody that it's not degree, it almost makes it sound like they're trying to be your fucking, like they're like the moral police.
They're trying to stir up their base, and that's, I mean, the closer we get to the end of the year, the worse we can expect it, for the simple reason it's midterms. That's the only reason.
Of course.
Everything. Trump, he put his finger in his nose. Trump, or Nosegate. Come on.
Exactly.
They're going to do it just because they can't find a damn thing legally to hurt him with.
Oh, I could say this now because are we broadcasting on all platforms right now? I guess we are. I don't know. Are we? Are we broadcasting? The reason why I say this. The reason why I say this because there is, because being part of having multiple ex-wives and using Wu-Tang investments, you have to diversify your bonds. You know what I mean? And part of that, you understand that when, just like there's some of those fucking chicks that keep saying that, who was it? It was fucking Rihanna, and then it was the one of the fucking Kardashians. They said don't use Snapchat, and stock fucking fell. Unbelievable. Just by those two chicks saying, don't use Snapchat. Don't use Snapchat because I'm butthurt. So guess what happened when it was found out that Facebook there was reports of data misuse. Wait a minute. Are we talking about Facebook misusing data?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking a crock of shit. So,
but at the same time, their stock's not going down.
No, actually, it did come down because according to finally. My broker said that asked me, hey, do you want to buy some Facebooks while it's down? I'm like, no, I'm not touching fucking Facebook. You don't touch fucking Facebook because nope, no. Wu-Tang investments. Obviously this is only purely for entertainment purposes and hyperbole. Never would I use this as a method to insider trading. Anything that says on the station is because I said it, and Wu-Tang ain't nothing to fuck with. But what I'm saying, though, is that their shares did fall more than 4% in pre-market trading after this fucking drama. Everyone said that President Trump's campaign gained inappropriate access to fucking 50 million Facebook users. No fucking different than anybody else who uses your ID to call you up to ask you if you want to join a union or a club or an association, or if you want to buy something like a telemarketer or something like that. Like you like you go to a fucking city and you wonder how the fuck these motherfuckers get your damn information. Who cares?
They're gonna get it, and the thing is, that's how Zuckerman makes his money.
Yeah,
is he sells information, and maybe he let it out that Trump is the one sold because he's butthurt that he just realized he sold information to Trump.
Yeah, that is probably going to have him win the re-election. So,
oh, by the way, according to Spanky, no, Twitter's messing again.
Oh, is it? Wow. Oh my God, yeah. Scanners would indicate that we're running live on Twitter, but we're not. I just popped it up. I popped it up.
Let's bring up those tinfoil hats again, right?
That's crazy. That is crazy. That is really fucking crazy.
And you didn't even really go too far. You didn't go too far with your language.
No, I was just scraping the top. You know what I mean? I think that fucking, I think Darth Treasy kind of set everything over. Every time I show that Darth Treasy vid, not only does it get us more fans, because I know you guys fucking, we cannot be here without you, the WTF Nation. However, people get butthurt about that shit. I guess Donald Trump using the force to rip fucking pussy hats off of fucking rebels is not appealing to some. I think it's fucking hilarious because I think
it's genius.
Yeah, it is. So anyways, so what happened was that so that means of the 4%, that means that it was a 23.8 billion off the market value of the 538 as of Friday's close, and included Twitter and Snap because they dipped in sales. Everyone's talking about the fact that it was the Cambridge, whatever fucking Analytica. They were the ones that had this, and And what it was is that it was charged that Facebook users improperly ended up in the hands of data analytics from firm Cambridge Analytica that had information not deleted despite that Facebook demands dating back to 2015. Quote.
Did you see the guy that came on CNN to talk about it from London?
Yeah. Remember the guy with the pink hair or some shit like that?
Pink hair.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the brokerage firms. I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to sell it because the brokerage firm is I'm not going to fucking only Wu-Tang can't ain't nothing to fuck with. One of the brokers they're talking about it said that we think this episode is another indication of a systematic problem on Facebook, which has a sell rating on stock that rose 60% last year. The regulatory risk for a company that would intensify of enhanced data use. They use your fucking shit so much now, it's fucking scary. So when you to fucking buy all that information, like for instance, when you buy a fucking phone and you load it up and you log in, you put in your Facebook app and you're sitting there talking about fucking guns. Well, they don't do that anymore, but they used to. You used to talk about trucks, guns, fucking Harleys, beer.
Things you go searching, the pages you go look at, WTF Nation Radio.
Not even searching.
When you go look, they're mining that.
Dude, not even searching. Even just you talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
Even just you talking about it. Oh, I wonder if there's a site for some fucking hot redheads. Ugh. Next thing you know, hot redheads are coming up on your Facebook feed.
Exactly.
Oh, how about we want to talk about going and getting old cars? Oh, there you go. Old cars are coming up on Facebook, on the feed, on your suggested pages. So when you do that, they're listening to your shit.
Go ahead.
No, so I'm saying they're listening to your shit. They're cluing in on your rhythm and your style. I guess you'd say your routine.
They're looking for you. Because you're typing in. They're looking for the words, keywords.
Yeah. So here's what happened, and I think it's fucking hilarious. If something's going good and it's going awesome, enjoy the ride. Okay. My investor always told me, when you think that something's gonna go fucking bad, don't fucking knee jerk to any of the fucking things that you're doing when you're doing trading or you're investing in your stocks. So I'm like, okay, cool. So what that means, if I hear that a new jet's coming out or something like that, blah 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 blah, I was like, nah, because by the time you heard that a new jet is coming out, there has already been some sort of investment already put out to about a jet. Because by the time you hear about it, by the time you see it, the investment's already has lost its fucking value. So I'm like, okay, cool. So
you have to get the insider stuff.
No, not really. It's not the insider. You just kind of go with your guts, like gambling. It's like legit legal gambling type thing. You know, when you're trading fucking stocks. And I think it's fucking. I mean, I only do so little. I mean, I don't like dump a lot of money or something like that in stocks. I don't have that fucking type of cash. However, it has saved me from plenty of fucking debt in divorces, and I'm able to recoup that or bounce because of the investments that I've done, and that's because I've been doing it for a while. Spanky, yeah, because alimony.
Alimony.
Yeah, they have all they have all they don't get alimony. Anyways, so this loss has been the biggest one since the pullback from February, because Facebook announced that it was going to change its newsfeed and then change the way hit user engagement was in the near term. In one day, shares fell fucking 4.5%. So the same large loss that happened when they were a higher stock as opposed to now was fucking incredible, just by the one thing right there. So what ended up happening is because they were too busy listening to all the politic bullshit, and instead of listening to the fucking users, then that's why, like right now, if you were to post something on fucking Facebook, your algorithm will end up fucking moving into a realm of, like right now, when we used to post shit to WTF Nation Radio, easily, in a week, we'd have almost 80,000 views on our videos. And that's from like straight from fucking Monday all the way to fucking to Sunday. We had 80,000 total fucking views of all of our streams that we'd have on Facebook Live. Okay? Once they tweaked that fucking algorithm, because I guess, I don't know, people that were monetizing off of it or not, whatever, however you want to fucking call it, what ended up happening is now they're matriculated, and you're not able to engage it so much. So
no.
The large views end up catching later in the end, but not during the engagement of Facebook Live, which, like I said, I already got flagged for already, that it says this video that you're playing could possibly be blah 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 blah. Will you hit this will you hit resume or you wish to cancel your broadcast? Because if you continue, you hit resume. Right now we're running pirating. We're pirates. Yarr. Ready to yarr.
Here we come.
Avast your matey. Prepare to be boarded. Right now we're rocking it. Yarg. Yeah. So they fucked with their algorithms, and what they ended up doing is that now people are saying, I was already clocking in 10 to 15,000 views, some in the hundreds of thousands of views, because we're but a simple broadcast, and everyone else who had already built their empires had a large fucking following.
Yeah.
So when they would broadcast something, they would get instantly 50,000 views, like on a bad night. We would get that in a week. When they changed that algorithm, unless you paid for it, and that's if you paid, and you might get to that algorithm that you used to have, everyone else's views are fucking suck. So now people are looking at other methods to move away from fucking Facebook, Twitch, fucking Mixer, Twitter, Periscope. Everyone's using now different methods. Hell, even YouTube is starting to make a comeback because Facebook fucked with their shit. So now everyone's like,
and you got to wonder, okay, yeah, he's supposed, Zuckerman supposedly is supposed to be this really
don't even go there.
Conscious,
don't even
person who
bro,
believe the company is supposed to represent the people, but you got to wonder if he's sitting there going,
no, Zuckbutt, Zuckbutt, like I said, Zuckbutt is like the fucking Jon Favreau of fucking of the computer world. He steals ideas and then claims that they're his.
Yeah.
So I don't want to fucking hear about that. Everyone's like, oh, whatever. Now, mind you, I'm not saying that he's not creative and he's not smart. I'm just saying that some of the pathways that he's you saw the movie The Social Network, right? Where the two twins they were with, and then they end up fucking taking each other's ideas, and if you watch that fucking movie, how Facebook was created, when that happened, all that stuff happened. Now Facebook is like going, maybe we shouldn't have done this. However, now because of what they've done and injecting fake, I guess you say fake profiles and this thing called bots. What ended up happening is that now they don't know the difference between the fake ones that they've injected to support the Democrats as opposed to the ones that you might have bought. Donald Trump might have ended up buying the information of the bots that were once part of the Democrat fucking botnet, I guess you would say. It's all fascinating when you start researching this shit.
That's funny to think about.
That's what I'm saying. So now everyone's like you said, everyone's hooping and fucking hollering. You look at Donald Trump and this needs to go into, So slide.
Or should we do it at the right voice? I don't like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Have some wine with that cheese.
No. That's our teenage joke, man. We got to go with their joke. They need to eat a Tide Pod. There you go.
That'll clean it out.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, So they posted their lowest. I mean, I could go on. I love talking about investments. I like talking about stocks and how the market goes, because everyone's going back on everything now, saying that how is it that they were able to fucking they were saying that this data analysis firm helped Trump win the presidency. When if you talk to Sergeant Major Google right now and you Googleize this fucking topic, and I'm saying right now, Obama used the internet, and you will see that pretty much what Obama did to get the presidency in 2008 and his reelection is the same fucking thing that fucking D. Treasy did. He just played them at their own. They played them at their sensitive. He played them at their own fucking. This is sensitive pricks. That's right, Amanda. He played them at their own fucking game. So he's basically like, well, fuck, you could do that, and they're like, sir, yes, Mr. President, you can buy this other shit, and you're good to go. Well, let's fucking do it. All right, let's do it. All right, let's fucking do it. Next thing you know, bam.
And he played it better because he didn't spend as much money.
Yeah, he didn't. Because everyone had such hate for him to come on that they were like, yeah, have him come on our show, and we'll make him look like an ass. And the next thing you know, he comes on their show, and he makes them look like an ass. I fucking love it, man.
I go back with you always saying, you don't know if he's that stupid or if he's brilliant. and you think, and the more you listen, the more you watch, the more you see the way he's doing things. Even the way he's starting to do things this year, he's building up wins right before midterms.
He's doing it right now.
Go ahead.
He's done. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what he's doing right now. There is no stopping this. Oh shit, dude! We're fucking already time. We're talking. Okay, yeah, I got it. We're taking a break.
Time to drain the main.
No, we're just talking about stuff and doing stuff and stuff. So, anyways, so yeah, we're gonna take a break right quick. Broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center. Excellent. We'll go ahead and let's go to segment 2, so we can talk about the other fucking things too. But we're gonna finish up on this laughable. This thing about this, the big company that's trying to censor you right now is losing a lot of money by us talking about them being censored, or censoring people. Does that make sense? That's like fucking irony in itself. So,
let's have some fun.
Let's have some fun. So, shots, and we're back.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Good evening, boys and girls. This is Tim Kennedy. I'm a Special Forces sniper, a Ranger-qualified Green Beret, a UFC fighter. Please listen to us and the shenanigans that we're going to say. We will insult you. There will be racial slurs. We will be sexist. We will offend you. But there will be magic, and a unicorn will be raped. So enjoy the show. Thank you for listening on WTF Nation Radio.
And we're back. WTF Nation Radio, the Monday edition, broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence on this 19 March 2018. Loaded. So, anyways, what were we talking about? You guys back? Hello? Hello?
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Just sitting here doing spanky things.
You're spanking, huh? What are you doing
Yeah,
now?
that's it.
Yeah. What about you, Al? You like quiet? I saw you drop off, then drop back. So, you there, man? Is your mic unmuted? I see you, but I don't hear you. Anyways, so what were we talking about? Oh yeah, so we were talking about the slide of fucking Facebook. So now Facebook is all fucking butthurt that it's already testified how its platform was used to by Russian propagandists and all this shit. Facebook should not be talking shit about collusion to anybody because when Facebook was having over in Russia and Facebook accounts were smearing Putin called up Zuckerberg and said, hey Mark, why you hate me so much? And you need to tone this shit down. And next you know, fucking Facebook fucking started tweaking down and ratcheting down on Putin's fucking opponent. So if anybody's gonna talk about colluding with fucking Russia, it's with in Facebook we have you. Welcome to Bookface. Russian version is better. So they did the same fucking thing. Now, did Facebook help Russia win Putin a re-election? You don't hear anybody saying that, right? You don't hear anybody saying about how fucking Facebook ended up doing what? Helping Putin remove a lot of bad negative press from his fucking from his adversary or his opponent. I didn't even know he was fucking running for president again.
I also was not aware.
Yeah.
I guess Russian politics are not on the top of my list of things that I need to know about or read about.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck
I don't
either.
vote for any of them, so,
Yeah, well, unless
whatever.
you're Facebook, then, whatever. Al, you okay? Al? Welcome to WTF Nation Radio. Oh, shit. Oh, God, dude. What the hell was that? You hear that shit? See? All like fucking tinfoil and
The
shit.
Russians did it.
Yeah. Oh, man, they're going to come after me, dude. Make me fucking eat some polonium or put fucking, liquid ass in my fucking vents.
Maybe you'll get lucky and they'll send like one of those red sparrows or whatever, one of those hot chicks to do it.
You mean like a hot redhead or something like that?
Do you hear me
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, I can hear you, dude. Stop. You're like really cupping the mic. You're like.
Okay, is that better?
That's a lot better.
Okay. See, I had to change computers.
Oh, okay.
One of mine is going tits.
So we were speaking of tits. We're talking about Russian chicks.
Oh, cool.
So, so like if a Red Sparrow chick came up to you and all that stuff, would she make me go Russian? No.
No.
Never.
I don't think so.
I'm such a lowly senior NCO that works in a multi-star command that is remanded to not doing shit. I'm a staff weenie now, so I don't have any. I mean, there's nothing for me to. I don't know.
You don't have enough information for them to go after you.
I'd go after my fucking. Why'd you change into a fucking Russian accent, Al? What's up with that?
Oh, darling.
It's kind of like, yeah, you know, it's kind of like, to me, that's, I don't know. There's nothing for me to get. I'll give him a CTT manual or something like that anybody could get. I don't fucking know.
Oh, but they would then try to get you to move up, give you a leg up, baby.
Dude, really? Are you really talking like Boris and Natasha right? So, anyways, no, I mean, if like I said, it's a hot chick's a hot chick. So, but if she starts asking me like fucking questions that are too specific to what I do, and only she would know, like she would know intimate details of what I do to be asking me those questions, I would have like fucking, you know, I'd have. Yeah, my bullshit meter be going up in the middle of Cody's. Some chick comes up to me and starts talking to me, and she's all, you know, she's all dressed like a cowgirl or something like that. And Cody's is still open, right, down and clean. Isn't Cody's still open?
No, there's not a Cody's anymore. Gosh, there's like a Woody's, there's a Wild Country. I mean, there's so many places. I don't go to these places no more, you know, because I can't be around all these youngins.
Texas is fucking.
They're getting on all my damn nerves.
Youngins are getting on your nerves.
Oh God, they get on everyone.
Really?
She didn't want to have to teach them.
Yeah, I mean,
teach them young bucks.
Well, I'm just saying that there's a chick all dressed up hot, like you could definitely tell. I'm sorry, because I've been all around the world. You could tell the difference between Slavic. You could just tell. You could tell the difference when they're European looking or something like that. You could tell they're not around there, not from there.
Yeah,
they're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shoot, when of all things, when I was over in Europe, remember the electric cowboy with the whole electric bull?
Yeah, of course.
That came out just before I went to Europe. When I went to Europe, they started getting those over there.
Yeah, so I mean, I was just kind of like, you could tell. So if this is a chick that I know is in Cody's, that is not of, how can I say, of structurally sound features that I know for a fact would be like Red Sparrow type chick. Well, you can't say that about Jennifer Lawrence. She was from fucking North Carolina. But anyways, but you can't tell. You know what I mean? You cannot fucking tell, and you're like, you do not belong here. And then she, no matter how, I mean, because I speak multiple languages anyways, I could tell if someone has an accent when they start speaking to me in a foreign language that I can, oh, you speak, you know, and then I'll throw a line out and they're like, oh, and they'll like run away and shit with their cowboy hats and boots or some shit like that. You know, ask me some fucking questions like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, redheads are fucking, woo. Gotta be careful with them redheads.
Now we know your type.
No, I just said you gotta be careful for redheads. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Because they're like
redheads and blondes.
Ugh. Oh man, redheads.
Such love, such joy, such ecstasy. So much pleasure in my mouth.
Woo. I'm just saying. I mean, I love all women, but I'm just saying, it's just that you said redheads, right? You guys were the ones talking about fucking redheads. You guys were talking about.
Yeah, it was us. Yes, it was us.
Yeah.
It was me and Spanky. Yeah.
The Anna Chapman chick. Everyone's like going nuts over that girl, and she was like She was like the most useless spy Russia ever had. That they forgot them. They're looking at their fucking payrolls and they're like, God damn, they're fucking LES. We're still paying these motherfuckers. They're still. What have they done? You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But yeah, I just think it's funny that fucking that there would be nothing there. Facebook sat there and said that it's all collusion and it's Russians, and Russians, and then fucking Vladimir Putin goes, "Hey, Mark Zuckerberg, turn your shit down about me for my opponent." And then he's like, "Okay, Matt Damon," and he like a little bitch. Man, if I was fucking Mark Zuckerberg, whatever, dude. I'd leave them shits open. I'd blast them shits open. I'd be like, I'd leave the pipes open so much. Fucking what? You want 50,000? I'll let you read all around the world. Fuck it. You want to see shit that's playing in Germany? Fuck that. You want to look at some German Scheiße videos? Go for it. You want to fucking see some of the shit that we do over here? Go for it. The world would be a better place and interconnected if everyone knew what the fuck they would like, oh shit, we're not going to fucking go over there. Because right now, what is social media portraying us being? David Hogg. Right now, David Hogg is fucking the poster child for our youth.
An atrocity.
It is an atrocity. It is an atrocity.
I would think they would look at it and say, like, we like memes a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I mean, if they look at my page, that's all they're going to get from me.
We like memes. Yeah, just look at this bitch here. Ice. Oh, he likes guns, memes, Harleys, and more guns. Next. Spinky.
All they get from me is cats and guns.
She likes tacos. Oh, man. There's
I
next.
mean, you're not wrong.
No, that's what I'm saying. So it was just like, what the fuck? And so when we'd have individuals like that would be our like I said, if I was Mark Zuckerberg, I'd open them shits up like a goddamn. I just opened it up. They're like you're throwing blood in a fucking, in an ocean full of great white sharks off the coast of South Africa. Fucking just open it, just chum up the fucking water, just fire start that shit. Do it. Open up the pipes so we can see what other countries are doing or saying, and then you'll guarantee you'll be like, fuck that. We need to build a wall.
Well, you got to think, in some ways, they don't want that because they've got to look back to, Iran. I mean, those countries, how much does he sit there and say, well, let's open up all the pipeline and let's show the truth about things like Iran and, sure, let's open up to Russia and everything else. Well, how much crap will the liberals give him? Because then that's making them look bad.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you're making it look bad because the opposition and the dialogue to go back and forth, that's what's pissing me off right now. Right now, and not to sound fucking tinfoil hat, tune into Saturday Night Savagery. Please do. I'm saying. Tune into Saturday Night Savagery with J-Rady and Pooks. But saying fucking David Hogg is a spokesman for our youth is like saying Corona is a beer. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. I know plenty of youth that are of his fucking age, and he just pulled one. I just watched on the fucking news right before I logged on here. He literally fucking said that if we had just pulled, we will use our white privilege. This is what he said. He said we will use our white privilege to make sure that in lower income communities, because they're not well spoke. So now he's telling that black people can't speak well.
Oh yeah. Well, look at. I mean, okay, he's saying stuff. He's basically mimicking. Excuse me, Nancy Pelosi. Nancy, she's going around saying all sorts of stupid stuff, insulting everybody, and everybody's sitting there looking at her going, well, yeah. And it's like, she just insulted black people. She just insulted poor people, and everybody's cheering her.
Oh, yeah, it's almost like, again, you want to be fucking sheep, then be fucking sheep. But David Hogg does not represent my kids, period. David Hogg.
Oh, hell no.
None of those little fuckers do. And now at the point when you want to inject yourself in the national argument, and now there has been a case of weapons being seized by somebody who was considered mentally fucked up, and they did seize. Florida has its first case of seizing weapons using the mental card thing again. So we'll see how that
is so messed up.
We'll see how that fucking pans out. But there's so knee-jerk reaction right now that it's 21. So again, you are raising the age limit of something that you were legally authorized to have. So now that opens up the door, and we've talked about this before, that it opened up the door to the slippery slope of everything else. Did you know?
Yeah.
Did you know that 30 teens die every day from fucking texting and driving? I didn't know that. Take cell phones, raise the age to 21, and because you're a danger on the road, raise the driving age in all states to fucking 21. You can't get a license till you're 21. You can't get a phone till you're 21.
Oh, speaking about guns and kind of off the subject, I just wanted to give you a pat on the back. You do realize that the exchange has now reversed their decision?
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot. Okay. You guys might remember the story that we brought back in the, last Monday? When was it?
It was Thursday because I was on.
Okay, so it was Thursday. Oh, yeah, so it was Thursday, and then we talked about it because Connecting Vets from CBS Radio, Matt Singh, did a story on it, and it fucking reversed. They reversed it. He was bugging them and fucking getting the deets. So he reported, and that was it. Well, now, currently at Fort Benning at the Exchange, you can buy 30-round magazines for your AR-ish type weapon. For your sporting rifle, you can buy a 30-round magazine.
Yep.
Magpul.
They're bringing them back.
They're bringing it back. We're bringing Magpul back. Yeah.
Go ahead. They're not acknowledging what got them there, other than they're saying after how do they put it? Something kind of like an outcry, something of that nature.
A review or something like that.
Specific to social media.
Exactly. They didn't want to sit there and know that fucking U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Next Radio broadcasting live from the Pentagon, Area 51 and the Alamo.
And a missile silo.
And somewhere in the middle of Area 51, there is. But anyways, yeah. So now the Exchange is now. So right now, cash and carry, you could go get a magazine, 30-round magazine from Magpul. I'm not endorsing or anything that I say about Magpul is Magpul, but it's because it's Magpul. But yeah. Hey, Magpul.
But you can get them now.
Yeah, you can get them. So now you can get magazines. Magpul, if you want us to do that, kick in the donate button, and I'll say Magpul every fucking day if you want.
But I didn't mean to get you off subject.
No,
I realized I had wanted to say that when you had mentioned the guns, but you were enjoying talking tinfoil, so I let you go there for a little bit.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying, because now they have raised it up to 21, and now they have seized their guns for the first person that's considered mentally unstable. Because I still want to know what the mentally unstable criteria is. I want to know what the criterion is for mentally unstable.
I want to know what the criteria is for him to get it back.
That's what I'm saying. Who is going to be the person? Because first off, I want to know who's mentally unstable. I want to know what the criteria is for. Because everybody gets pissed off when. And for me to tell you that you can't, and I mean, of course, you're a shaman. You know this.
Yes.
We talked about this. There is a reaction to have is specifically human. If you get pissed, if you get stressed, if you get bummed, if you're sad, if you're happy, it's all natural. It's supposed to fucking happen. It's what you
and it's situational.
And it's situational. So if this guy got pissed off because I don't know, his kids or something, or his old lady spent all his fucking money, and he was just yelling at her. It's like, you fucking stupid bitch. What the fuck? Blah, blah, blah. You know, there was an argument going on, and then someone like, I'm calling the cops. I want to know if that happened. And like you said, he got his shit fucking confiscated. Now, 72 hours those weapons have to be held. 72 hours those weapons have to be held. And has to be done an evaluation of what to get them back. What is the reevaluation criteria? Yeah.
What is the criteria? And see, here's the other part is what's the definition of they use the law saying, okay, what was the reason? Was he a danger to himself? Was he a danger to others? Who validated this? Okay, they took for 72 hours. 72 hours, does he get him back if that person doesn't show up to court, or 72 hours to have a hearing to decide if we go further?
No, I mean, you're right. Who's the ones but who is on the panel is what I'm saying. The judge, a judge is a fucking judge. He's not a doctor. He's going to go off of what a doctor fucking says, right? So where do you go into that?
And you have to wonder, and see, here's the part that people don't understand. I don't want a psychiatrist or a psychologist to be the one on the panel, because you know what they're going to do? They're going to always err on the side of caution, because they have to pay malpractice insurance. And the last damn thing they want to do is say, he's okay, and then that person picks up that gun and goes out and kills. So you know what they're going to do? They're going to err on the side of caution.
No, that's what I'm saying. And that's what happened right now, because right now there's already talk about discussion of lawsuits against the Broward County Sheriff's Department and the doctors who released old nutbag fucking Cruz. So, and if you guys don't know what's going on, and let me tell you the story right now. And mind you, it came from the same county that the incident in the Parkland High School shooting happened. So it was Friday, this past Friday, issued a state order, fucking its first fucking temporarily removing guns under the new gun laws, which was never new. Everyone needs to shut the fuck up. They were never new. It was called the Baker Act. This was always in place, but now because of everyone's like, oh, the new gun laws, whatever. You're getting fucking pandered, nation. Don't be sheep. So 4 firearms and 267 rounds of ammunition were ordered from a 56-year-old dude who was determined to be a risk to himself and others. The ammunition temporarily removed the man under the state's new risk protection law, which is sometimes called the red flag legislation. So there's fucking that. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
And then now, that does not say anything else. So, and everyone's talking about how much the rate of violence and guns and blah, 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 blah. So, if you were to fucking get every fucking gun in the weapons house, mass shootings will still happen.
Oh, yes.
I mean, it will still fucking happen.
Mass shootings are going to keep happening even if you take away everybody's guns. Guns,
that's it. Guns don't kill people. People kill people.
Okay, one, look at Chicago. Pretty evident. Two, look at places overseas where they are not allowed to have guns. You know how they get guns? The criminals bring the guns in from war zones.
Oh my God, dude! You know how easy it was for me to get a gun in Germany? I just hung out. I just fucking hung out with some people, and I'd see them with guns, and I'm thinking, dude, you how'd you get a gun? It's fucking easy. And then they're looking at me like, yeah. Germans worry about fucking breaking the law and guns, and I'm like, and then they just hit me. I'm like, oh, so you can get a gun anywhere? It's like, yeah. What do you want? You want AK or something like that, or do you want to? I can get whatever gun you want. And I'm thinking, this is fucking Germany.
Yep. Anywhere overseas, you can see again. Look at Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago is the best
people
indicator.
People don't like it,
and they'll sit there and say, "Hey, we're gun free." Okay, fine.
I don't think
people tell the criminals that.
Yeah, I don't think. Sorry, I don't think. God damn it, I hit my fucking mic left and right. I don't think people fucking realize that there are already laws on the book. Like if you were to actually get a law and say, is it illegal to carry a gun, or is it legal to do this? And if you actually look it up, you'll probably find 15 different versions of that same fucking law. Which I didn't know you could take your old lady and beat the fuck out of her in the steps in the fucking courthouse and fucking wherever. You know what I mean? We had the funny laws fucking show that one time. We were talking about all these crazy laws that are out there. And that was one of them.
And the fun ones are always in the Midwest.
The fun ones. Well, like what? Like cattle rustling? You know,
you get not only do you have cattle rustling one, you actually have laws where cows are not allowed to walk or be walked through the town on Sundays. You gotta wonder, what did it take to get that law put in place?
Because there was fucking cows running around on Sundays, and people had their Sunday best on, coming out of church, and so they were like,
and they stepped in cow shit.
Yeah, exactly. So today, I stepped in cow shit. There was cows everywhere. These bovine beauties still excremented their sket all over the street. Anyways, the fucking thing what pissed me off is that there's already laws in the books for this, and like you were saying, Al, what is the criteria for you to get your weapons back? It was only 72 hours. And who was the one that determined that it was a risk to himself or others? Who? And now
that's the problem.
And now that's going to be flagged. Now he's going to be flagged for life. The dude's in his 50s and shit, but, you know, not going to be able to protect himself.
Well, and that's the question that you it's great. You're right. The laws, there's a lot of laws for this type of stuff already on. They were already there. They're just saying, "Oh, let's enforce them." But they don't think it all the way through. Okay, fine. You took his guns. How does he get them back? What's the criteria? Who's supposed to examine them? And then who takes responsibility for this?
Yeah, I'm saying you there's nobody to say that you're to be responsible.
No,
because you know what I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right fucking now what this is doing. This is creating the very thing that Nazis created with the Gestapo. You're gonna have neighbor turn on neighbor.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna have.
That's the whole idea behind socialism and communism is paranoia.
Yep, they're going to what they're gonna fucking do to you is they're gonna see you yelling at your kid. You'd be like, baby eyes, get your fucking ass to the goddamn house, blah, 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 blah. And he's running around the fucking street and going off. You know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah.
So I'm.
But that's already started.
So,
I mean, look at the fact that we can't spank our kids. Look at the fact we cannot do what our parents did to us.
But that's what I'm saying. You think about that. So now they see me going off on baby eyes, and they're like, get back in the house. He was yelling at his kid. He was yelling at his little toddler, and he was running around saying, "Get your ass back in the house!" And they were running up and down the street, and he was the la la la, and so I didn't like the way he yelled at his kid.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. The next thing you know, the cops gonna knock on my door. Mr. Rice, oh yeah, we're here. We got a call for anyway, and they're gonna take my kid too.
Well, they're going to either depends on the police department and their what they have in place. But a lot of times, what they actually will do, they'll have the police show up, not because they're going to arrest you, but because they want to be there to make sure that you don't interfere with CPS.
Yeah, man.
And the CPS people will come in and then interview the child, and then interview all witnesses. And then the very last person they're going to interview is you, and they're not. I've actually, at one point, I was actually on the fence about becoming guardian ad litem / would have been kind of a back way of being a CPS person. And my problem with the whole system is, I watched what they did. And they would sit there, and I said, well, yeah, I watched a case, and they actually, after they heard my explanation, they told me to get out. The guy was sitting there. He was angry, but he wasn't angry at the kid. He was going off, and he was yelling. The kid got upset, and they called CPS. He did not yell at the kid. He was just yelling. And I sat there, and after I listened to it, I said, well, I can't get the parent didn't do anything wrong. Maybe he needs anger management, but he did nothing wrong to that kid. And they're like, so you wouldn't take the kid? Nope, leave. Point blank, they told me to leave.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, it's exhausting because their aim is to. We don't want to have to worry that this person has anger management issues. If he's going to yell like that and it isn't against his kid, what happens if his kid does upset him? They get into the what ifs.
Well, I mean, Casey said that they think there was some dude who shot his wife's lover or something. I don't know what the circumstances of that dude, why he got his shit taken or whatever.
And I can't look it up right now because I only have one computer.
No, but my point being is the fact that it's not. In other words, nobody wants to be told. I mean, come on, that's human nature. When you have a doctor say there's something, I mean, you've watched those movies. You've watched the movie where everything looks normal and all this stuff, but everybody in the movie's telling the main character that they're fucking crazy, even though you, as the viewer of the movie, know that the person's not crazy, but everyone's treating them crazy. You know what I mean?
Movie, I used to live it.
No, well, I mean, I didn't want to.
I worked on a psychiatric ward. I watched commands pull crap.
Yeah, you know, I'm just saying that's what I mean. So it just when somebody fucking says, you know, nobody likes to be told that stuff, like that movie, or you know, when we were growing up, I could say this. When we were growing up, Al, we had the back in the day, we had the Twilight Zone. We had the Twilight Zone. Yeah, exactly. And you had that one episode where these doctors are telling this woman that she's fucking disfigured and there's something wrong with her. She needs to get fucking surgery, and she's fucking crazy. She needs to fucking calm down. And then
and she had all those bandages on, and everybody's trying to say it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
And so she takes her fucking thing off, and she's a beautiful woman, a beautiful looking woman. And then she's like, I don't understand. There's nothing wrong with my face. And they're like, see, there's something wrong with her. Now she's going through, and they start throwing this fucking psychobabble jargon and shit, saying that there's something wrong with her. And then she starts going nuts. And so finally the doctor turns around and pulls his mask down, and he's all hideous. And he's like, prep her for surgery. You know what I mean? That fucking shit right there. Nobody likes to be told that there's something wrong with them mentally, even though there's something if there's something that could possibly be wrong. Nobody wants to admit, or nobody wants to be told that there's something wrong with them in that aspect. When it comes to something that is a passion, like you said, it could be heat of the moment. It could be pissed. You could be pissed off. You could be happy, sad, upset. But because don't get me wrong, you know, fucking, I get pissed off when they forget my ketchup, or when, you know, when I was changing Baby Ice's diaper and he'd fucking just, you know, grab a glob of shit and just throw it all over me, and you know, I'd get pretty pissed off. Or you know, the dogs would be fucking sitting there and Baby Ice would take his diaper off and decide to wipe the dog down with all of his baby shit. So there's a baby and a dog that I have to give it back. This shit like that will piss you off. You know what I mean? You're just like, motherfucker. So, so I got a fucking, you know, I got a 1-year-old and a German Shepherd monster dog. I'm spraying them down with a hose. Is that child abuse or is that whatever? However, everybody knows. I mean, I've known my neighbors forever. What would they do? People would say, "Well, that's something wrong with you, Ice. You can't do that." I mean, you can't do that. I got pissed off, and so Baby Ice, you know, rubbed shit all over the dog, and so I had to spray him and the dog outside in the grass. Well, you need to get your guns taken.
It sat there and said, "You public nudity of your child?
Yeah, you need to get your guns taken." And next thing you know, you have some fucking rat. You have somebody who fucking doesn't like you, because no, you're never going to get along in a neighborhood with anybody.
With every neighbor.
Everybody,
No
exactly.
way.
There's always going to be some of those people that are going to be like, oh, whatever. And they're going to be that rat. You know what? They're going to be that rat. You all, everybody, WTF Nation, think about it, right? You have a neighbor right now. Whether you're living in an apartment, a cul-de-sac, a normal neighborhood, a flat, fucking trailer park. I'm not judging where you fucking live. In the woods, whatever. You have a neighbor that drives you up the fucking wall. Even if you live in the woods, you still have a neighbor that drives you up the wall. Or you have somebody along the trail to go to your house, drives you up the fucking wall. And
they are going to report you.
They're going to report you. They're going to be like, oh, Ice. Yeah. I know he's got a lot of guns. And he's got a lot of Xbox games. But I saw him spraying his kid down. And they're not going to say the dog. I saw him spraying a kid down with this water hose. And he was naked. And he was naked, and the kid was jumping up and down. They're not going to say that he was laughing and running around with a dog. You know, butt naked little baby running around. I'm spraying with the hose. They're not going to say that. They're going to call the cops, and they're going to rat me out. And then that's when they're going to say, there's something wrong with you guys. Because there's something wrong with you. Because you were reported, so now we're going to have to take your guns. Why? And as soon as you say why, what are they going to say? It's like that movie Anger Management with Adam Sandler. Sir, lower your voice. I'm just asking why. You need to lower your voice. Yeah, but I want to know why. You lower your voice now. You're like, I'm not yelling. You should, security, tase him now. Get on the ground, freeze. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. You're gonna do the fucking 5-second ride because you just asked why, and you can't even say. And that's a warrant, by the way. That is a warrant. That's what fucking pisses this road that we're gonna go down. You know, again, I'm kind of like I said, man. Sometimes there's some leanings to the left that I believe in. Sometimes there's leanings to the right I believe in. Yeah, you know, just don't fucking do your shit. Do what you're supposed to do. Be a good person. And leave me the fuck alone. I'll leave you the fuck alone. Hey, sir. Yes, sir. No, ma'am. No, yes, ma'am. That type of shit. You know what I mean?
I agree. Amen to that.
But when you start going to that, hell, I don't even say amen, people. I don't even offend nobody. I don't even say, you know what I mean? I don't get into religion. I don't get into any of the stuff. I'm Ice. I'm cool. I got my kids and dogs, cats, birds, animals, rhinos, zebras, and elephants. And that's it. I eat tacos, drink Tecate beer, and freaking ride bikes and shit like that.
You eat tacos? I don't like tacos. I don't like you.
I don't like the way you eat them tacos. Are they carne asada tacos? Well, yes, they are. Security. You know what I mean? Fucking call the cops. I think he has issues because he eats tacos.
That's it. Not only do you eat tacos, you use hot sauce.
No, hell no. And your kid drinks coffee. So, exactly that. You're going to jail, buddy. Why? Because you use your cilantro and lime and onions. Oh man, I'm getting hungry now.
Spanky.
Yeah, Spanky's throwing up the food. But again, I'm just saying, it's just one of those things. So now we're going to go down this dangerous path where you, as a parent, now everything's going to be judged on one set of values, not life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and don't fuck with me values.
Yeah. And that is the road that
the tyranny
we've been towards for since it started. It started kind of back in the Clinton years, and it's been revving up more and more. And Obama just kind of topped it off. Thank God Hillary did not get in.
Let's look at this. Let's look at this on the Let's look at this militarily, okay? Because if
Go
we look
for
at
it.
because if we look at it politically, we're never or whatever. We're not even gonna go there. Let's look at this militarily. And military, what we do is we have AARs, after action reviews, and then we learn from the mistakes, learn what we can do to improve, and then we refine those mistakes or incorporate new tactics, techniques, and procedures, so that way we can go and do things better. All right? It's called fucking history. We don't go charging on a cavalry anymore against a bunch of fucking tanks. We've learned from that. We don't dig trenches in each other and just take pop shots at each other. We've improved warfare to where we're not just involved in a stalemate. We've evolved to that way. Everything that we've written down in history, as far as situation reports, we look at it and say, "Yep, that's what we don't do because it's history, right?"
Here's an epiphany on just what you said.
Go for it.
Okay. You just sat there and said the military learns from history. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. What has been happening over the last, say, 15, 20 years outside of the military as far as history is concerned?
Please continue. I like where you're going with this.
Okay. History has been challenged, attempts to rewrite, damned, condemned, and no longer learned from. History is no longer a necessary requirement for some degrees. So we don't learn. Unless you are military, you're not learning from history. You're learning from what? Person who does not want you to understand the truth.
Or didn't know what happened to history. They don't want you to know what history happened. They don't want you to know that we're going down the same path of
Exactly.
I mean, like I said, it was like
the fact that I brought up the whole thing with Saddam nuts. Okay,
Saddam Hussein. we're gonna free the Iraqi people.
The fact that I brought him up, and the fact that his uncle was part of the Ba'ath Party, and the Ba'ath Party was connected to Nazis. You know how many people actually know? They have that on documentaries on TV. And people don't watch it because they'll sit there and they think, oh, they're just talking about Nazis. No, they're telling you how Saddam came around.
Saddam! I like the way you say that. It's Saddam! You sound like Jeff Foxworthy saying that. Saddam! Saddam Hussein!
Yeah, I mean, come on. History. Now, look at all the condemnations of different races that are going off in different countries that are trying to be totalitarianistic or socialists. They're condemning a race or they're condemning a specific lifestyle so that people have something to be diverted to, so they no longer focus on the true problem.
Yeah.
Well, same thing's going on right now. That's why the nation, we're trying to make sure you keep awake and don't fall asleep after you got retired. Because when you get out, it's easy to fall back asleep and fall back into, I don't necessarily have to worry about taking that promotion board, so I don't really need to keep up with the news anymore. And, I'm just worried about my job. Well, guess what? Your job could be in jeopardy if we become socialists. Because then the EU takes over our contracts. And the EU don't like us.
Yep. So what he's talking about, Nation, what Al's talking about is Karala Tolfa, which is fucking Saddam Hussein's uncle. And him and one of the generals, General Rashid Ali, was one of the fucking, I guess, part of the pro-Nazi officers that participated in a failed coup against the pro-British government in Iraq in 1941. And so behind the scenes in Baghdad at the time, obviously with the Nazis and shit, but were arranging for Nazi weapons and assistance from Nazi fucking Hajj Amin al-Husseini, who was the Grand Mufti of Jerusalem. And the Mufti had been on the Nazi payroll according to testimony at the Nuremberg trials with Eichmann and fucking all the other guys. And since 1937, he'd met with Adolf Eichmann during Eichmann's brief visit to Palestine, and Saddam Hussein was born in 1937. So the Mufti, after instigating a fucking, of course, obviously a fucking program against the Jews in Palestine, that there was, you know, fucking, that was that mixture of pro-Nazi, anti-fucking, you know, Semitic shit that the fucking Socialist Nationalist Party of Syria, you know, the Anton Sadat, had led to, because the pro-Nazi parties throughout the Arab world, including Egypt, was led by Gamal Abdel Nasser. So after the failure of the 1941 pro-Nazi coup in Iraq, the Mufti fled to Berlin, where he spent the war years heading a Nazi Muslim government in exile, which confiscated Jewish funds and largely successful to further pro-Nazi and anti-Semitic propaganda in the Arab world. So, why the fuck
would we repeat
history? Why the fuck would we repeat history?
Gee, the hippie owl knew something, huh?
Yeah. Of course you know something, man. Come on, your history. You're old. You were old. Come on, man. Somebody posted in the office chat that me and Al were the fucking twirling dust devils in a fucking desert, just sitting there arguing with each other like old men, going "shut up." So you know, it's fucking classic. Hey, we're gonna take a break right quick because it's already the fucking top of the third hour coming up pretty soon. So yeah, dude, we're just fucking flapping our lips.
Good conversation.
Yeah, it is.
Hope
It is.
Foreign anybody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everyone. I think everyone gathers around us like we're a bunch of old men arguing about shit. You know what I mean? Oh, how cute! Look at the old men talking. That's so funny. Look how they get all passionate. That's so cute when you see old people acting like that. Oh.
Hey.
So, anyways,
want to see us argue, nation? Yeah. Get us on meditation.
Exactly. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take a break, and we'll be back for some more atrocities. Shots.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Good evening, boys and girls. This is Tim Kennedy. I'm a Special Forces sniper, a Ranger qualified Green Beret, a UFC fighter. Please listen to us and the shenanigans that we're going to say. We will insult you. There will be racial slurs. We will be sexist. We will offend you. But there will be magic, and a unicorn will be raped. So enjoy the show. Thank you for listening on WTF Nation Radio.
You say
bitches, they love visuals.
Oh, okay.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Good evening, boys and girls. This is Tim Kennedy.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
And we're back. Part 3. The last segment of the Monday edition on WTF Nation Radio. Broadcasting live from the Function Center of Excellence, and on this 19 March 2018. So, anywho. Hey, this just in. The brother of Nicholas Cruz was just arrested for trespassing at the school. So, anyway, so.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So, this is kind of interesting. Somebody brought this up to my attention, and I thought, that's a good point. If everybody is saying that he needed help, and everyone's saying that he needed help for this because he's got mental issues, and he's got mental issues, and he's got mental issues, why is he in jail?
Because that's where they put all the mental issues now.
Why is he now getting it, possibly facing the death penalty? Why is it all of a sudden he doesn't have mental issues now? He had mental issues to not have a gun, but now that he's done everything, now all of a sudden he magically doesn't have mental issues anymore.
Interesting hypocrisy.
Isn't it? It's. I find it very interesting, the fact that, as they were saying, for over 19 months, Nicholas Cruz should not have had a weapon. This is a failure. Blah, 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 blah. He's this. He shot up 17 kids. The motherfucker needs to burn. He needs to go to jail. You know what I mean?
The normal standard is, if you are considered of questionable mental status, you are to be put into a mental institution to be evaluated. The only way that they can get around that is if they put you in an isolation or on the infirmary, and they bring in a psychiatrist for evaluation.
But wait, there's more. How can you sit there and say that now, hey, he's going to plead no contest or he's going to plead not guilty? Can he now say, because of the mishandling of his mental issues, he could say that I'm not guilty due to a reason of insanity?
Yes, he could.
He could say that, right? Right?
Exactly. Like, is he sane enough to stand trial? You know, I mean,
because if he was insane enough, he wasn't
sane enough not to own a weapon.
I'm not trying to poke a hole. I'm not trying to poke holes in what the whole situation, because the whole situation sucks in itself. But if you're going to commit this kid and say this kid needed to have been committed, and you're jumping up and down over this, yeah, I want to talk about that. Then why is it now all of a sudden now he is mentally able to be competent for trial? Is it because
it was a double standard the whole time? You and I both know it. The thing is that he right now, if he is not mentally competent, he cannot plead guilty or not guilty. Period. So either he was found competent, or if his lawyer is smart, he lets it go, and then when they find him guilty, he says, hey, my client has questionable mental status, and you did this on the fact that he had
that's what I'm saying.
Okay status, so guess what we get to do?
Now we get to fight it as if I was his lawyer, I would fight for that kid to be declared mentally competent to stand trial, for the reason of the fact that all the warnings all the way up to this point, to the moment that where he killed those 17 people, he was incompetent to even own a weapon. So now that he's killed these people, why is he now all of a sudden competent to stand trial?
Exactly, because I'm sorry, normal mentally competent people don't go shooting up schools and kill 17 kids. They just don't.
Did you see you saw the movie fuck, what's that movie? God, A Few Good Men.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm gonna look up the name because I can't remember it either. Oh.
No.
When he went in with the bow and arrow.
No.
It stopped. No. Oh, then there's another one.
There's another. You must be. I'm talking. You met me. What movie are you fucking watching?
It was. It wasn't a school shooting.
No,
he went in with a bow and arrow and killed them all with a bow and arrow.
My whole point being is that if you saw A Few Good Men, right? And,
Oh, yeah.
and everyone's seen it. You can't stand it. You can't handle the truth and all this stuff. And,
Yeah, yeah.
And then they're all fucking going through the trial. And you threw the Marine, and then fucking get out of here, you son of a bitch. And that was Tom Cruise's big lawyer moment. And Demi Moore, they all do each other high five. And then they had that black Marine and that white Marine. And that white Marine goes, what does that mean? What's happening? What's going on? That right there is
You
Nicholas
still
Cruz.
did it.
He's Nicholas Cruz. He right there. He right there is that he is not. Because if you look at him, I honestly don't think he realizes what's going on. He's like that. Like he's not all there for sure. So if everyone said that he was not there for now, mind you, now I'm not. If you're gonna fucking sit there and attack the whole issue, then let's attack the whole issue. And I'm gonna attack the whole issue with this. If you want to talk about the gun laws, you want to talk about mental health, you want to talk about all this other shit, then I'm going to attack all the issues because I want to make sure that we at the WTF Nation Functional Veteran Center of Excellence, we want to counter the David Hogg Center for Policy and Ballistics. We want to counter them because what they're telling you is that it's almost like they didn't even want to. You notice right now, they're not even talking about the school shooting anymore.
No,
right now
they got what they wanted.
They're right now they're going through all this fucking shit. And that was it.
They got what they wanted. They got everybody to listen to the kids, which was point one.
Yeah.
Second point, they got governors of conservative states to consider changing laws
Because they
Even
were
if didn't,
scared.
They got
no,
consider it.
They got considered because they were scared of losing votes because they saw an outrage and they fucking pussed out.
Exactly.
They fucking pussed out and got scared and they're like, oh shit. I think we better go do this and save fucking face. And Marco Rubio, because that's his state, immediately went there and went into the wolf's den, as fucking Jay Rady says, went into the fucking pack of wolf and they all just fucking attacked his ass. And so that brings back to the question again. If he was mentally incapable and incompetent to own a weapon, if he was mentally, because now let's start fucking with the system now. Everyone wants to talk about the system. I'm here as your humble radio journalist and senior non-commissioned officer of the United States Army to ensure that we analyze all of the avenues of approach and conduct our own analysis so that you, the WTF
Let's do
Nation,
Army style. How would an investigation go through with Army style?
Yeah, exactly. So my fucking thing is that he wasn't capable of owning a weapon. He did not hold any mental competencies. There were 19 reports. There were 24 visits going to his house about him being mental issues. Now,
and the laws were on the books already.
Correct. The laws were already in the books already, the Baker Act. Now, you notice what they said when they arrested him and they got to the house. He was amassing weapons just like the Vegas shooter was.
Yep.
He was amassing weapons. They even said there was one guy that he got different weapons from different places. The only video that they show right now is Scott Peterson's coward ass standing outside the door while there was a fucking administrator who's unarmed pointing at the door saying, motherfucker, looks like he's saying, look, motherfucker, they're getting killed. He's pointing in the doorway. That dude was like, hey, they're right there, motherfucker. What are you going to do? That's the only video that we have. So I, as a lawyer, would tear apart the prosecution. Don't even fucking go there with all this bullshit of fucking exactly that. Man, god damn it, Pooks, you read my fucking mind. That was going to be my next comment. How the fuck does a 19-year-old kid afford an AR?
That's the other question. I mean, okay, there was some deaths in his family, so maybe he got, I'll give it, maybe there was some great insurance policies.
No, that's what I'm saying. But how does he get an AR though? It was a mass. I mean, think about it. And what I mean by a mass is that I was getting to the point to where they're trying to make this guy look like the Vegas shooter, Jerry. That's my point. I was trying to connect it to as being the same entities that are trying to do whatever. Because again,
can I make one simple point out for you so we can really have some fun with, instead of saying tinfoil hat, let's say Velostat hat. Because that actually exists, and that is actually now what tinfoil hat people refer to.
Velostat hat?
Bellastat.
Bellastat. Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
It's an actual material that blocks waves from going through.
Well, I was just asking questions. These are only questions to provide analysis for what we're talking about right now.
Okay.
I'm not being tinfoil. I'm asking questions that are missing, so that way, if I was the defense for Nicholas Cruz, these would be the questions that I would poke holes to the prosecution. Is why is it that all of a sudden, through all this shit, now all of a sudden you want to enter a guilty plea for him, and you want to enter, because now they even said that he's laughing inside the fucking jail cell, that he's making weird noises and shit. They only reported that once. Now all of a sudden they're saying, well, he needs to be, if he, again, this whole fucking, like Jay already said, man, fucking this whole thing stinks to fucking high heaven, to the fact that the kid was not even mentally capable to own the weapons, and now all of a sudden he's mentally capable to fucking stand trial. So let's go, so let's stop that right there. So bam, all that shit. So that's all done. Now we have the Baker Act, and now the Baker Act is now being used in full force.
Yes.
So, and yes, you're right, Pooks. The SWAT team that went in there to fucking help out fucking got relieved because they disobeyed the on-scene commander of another agency who told everybody to fucking squat hold. So we have that. The second thing that I would ask the defense is that the timeline and the programs that the superintendent of the school had in cahoots with the Sheriff Israel. And there was a program that in order for them to continue to get the funding that they fucking needed, that there was a deal that nobody gets sent to jail at school. You know, there's some motherfuckers that just need to go to fucking jail. Fuck your goddamn stats and your fucking money the way it's going to look. So the reason why that affluent fucking community there was so affluent, it was because nobody wanted to have the reputation, because, you know, a good school doesn't have any problems. It's for the good of the school. It's for the good of the children. You know, all the children. You can have kids that are no shit, straight fucking evil, that are going to the fucking school, that won't get busted because the superintendent, which we haven't heard from before yet, we only heard him make 2 comments. And that was it. Everything else has been
hiding.
Yeah, they've all been fucking hiding. So then what? I would say to the state, I was like, okay, this is what you want to fucking do. Then why is it that when he was brought up and why this kid was being brought up, why is it that this situation right here was not handled by the superintendent? Why didn't the superintendent now realize, this might be a bad fucking idea? Why is it that the FBI, upon reports from YouTube, did not... Now, the FBI finally fucking admitted that there were some missteps in handling that case, handling that report. They admitted it.
But why isn't everybody else admitting?
That's what I'm saying. So, flash forward to Emma Gonzalez and these other kids, the three kids that are going around fucking they're doing the Hollywood thing. Anytime somebody says something to them about, you're attacking them and you hate the kids.
Yeah. Well, of course, the racist card,
or the racist
kid
card.
style.
Yeah, exactly, or whatever.
You don't want to shut up the kids. The kids need to be able to express themselves.
They need to be able to express themselves. Kids need to be able to express themselves by yelling at fucking full-grown adults. Because, you know, don't show them how to grieve. Don't
show them how to show respect.
Yeah. You're right.
Again, let's go back to Nazi. What did Hitler do? He showed that the kids were just as important as the adults.
The kids were turning in adults, dude. The kids.
Exactly.
The kids were worse than fucking Iraqi kids or Al-Qaeda kids. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. But that's the whole idea. Again, you're setting this up. If you just keep going back to history like we talked about before, history is repeating itself, but nobody's looking.
You remember when everyone was just talking about the Me Too movement?
Oh, God.
And now men are so fucking scared just to be men anymore. You remember that? You know, men who breathe on the next Oprah. You know what I mean? That shit like that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm surprised right now they haven't come out with a man's show for how to be a man in this day and age. Just because you've got people like Oprah who are bashing the crap out of us.
Well, everyone's bashing the hell. Even men are fucking. Even men are fucking. Are bashing men. Like nowadays, men are not, you know, gathering around each other and forming up and saying, man, hey, what's up, man? Hey, fuck this shit. Yeah, man, fuck that shit. Yeah, we need to fucking Tell these motherfuckers to shut the fuck up.
You remember, what was it, The Man Show by Kimmel?
Yeah. By Jimmy Kimmel, yes. The Man Show, yeah. I love that
I mean,
show.
come on.
And the
That-
Juggies.
right now, could you imagine that being on air?
Why not? Why shouldn't it be on? That's what I'm saying. The whole fucking thing of freedom of speech should be the fuck on.
But it won't, just because of the Me Too movement. Women would be all over that. They'd be all over those women that were out there walking around looking like Hooter models.
Well, don't go there because I've seen some.
No, but that still happens. There's this whole, amateur porn thing out there, and that all still happens. It's just not on cable anymore because everybody gets it on the internet. It all still happens.
See, she just showed us up.
You don't need to get it on cable.
Exactly
So
that.
there's no need
What
to
happens-
watch The Man Show and have me record it on a VHS tape and send it to my now ex-husband and his buddies over in Bosnia because they can all get it on their phones.
Well,
there's no need
there's
for
need for-
girls
exactly.
jumping on trampolines anymore.
Exactly. Well, not to mention the fact that exactly that Poos brings up a good question. What happened to Spike TV? It was called the Man's Network.
Exactly.
We have Oxygen,
Again,
OWN,
you can
fucking
get it
all
all
these
on
other
your
fucking
phone.
channels. No, fuck that. What I'm saying though is that I should be able to. It's my choice. It's my man, my choice. I'm a man. I should have choice. Give me choice.
All right, your man, your choice. That's what you're doing. You don't want the censored version on cable TV. You would rather get it all on your phone where you don't have all that censorship that you're going to get on cable.
That's right.
Okay, Ice. Okay, Ice. Get this. Ice's Man Show.
No, because see the way you say that makes it sound like ISIS is doing it.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, then let's go with
like the Man Show with Ice or something like that.
or True Men Chivalry.
Yeah, exactly. Chivalry, the Chivalry Show.
I mean, come on.
How not to be a bitch?
It's at that point. Come on.
You don't move out when your wife tells you to fucking leave. You tell her fuck you. You move out. You stay home. It's your fucking house.
Damn straight. I bought the fucker. You can walk.
You want to fucking what? Why the fuck I gotta fucking move out? I'm the one that's gotta go look for I'm the one that's working to fucking maintain the roof over your head. Why don't you go build a bridge?
You had to go there.
Oh, I got that other warning from Facebook again. Facebook Live, looks like you're running the like and content information. Do you wish to resume? Yes. Click to resume. Fuck you.
They love you. They love you.
Fuck, man.
They're just reaffirming their love for you.
It has nothing to do with love. It has nothing to do with us. It has everything to do with us putting the word out.
I know. But rather than take it negatively, let's turn around and say they love you.
Yeah. They love. Hi, it's time to welcome to ISIS. Welcome to the Man Show. See, they're all fucking dudes. You need to fucking. You need a man to fuck up. You can't even say man to fuck
Take
up
some
anymore.
Hormones. Get some
Dude,
testosterone.
exactly.
Eat some meat.
Go outside and fucking toss a baseball back and forth with your kid. You want to talk shit about how women can do anything? Well, how is a woman supposed to go fucking? How's a little girl supposed to learn how to do anything she wants? And the only person that knows how to fucking play sports is probably a fucking man. So you know what? Why are you demasculating the dude and fucking saying, "Oh, look at the guy do this"? Well, the guy doesn't know how to fucking play baseball because you've married a fucking beta bitch. You know what I mean?
Well, guess what? It's already too late because the bitches are already starting to show up in the NFL. When they start complaining, they made $50 million, and they now are going, but I didn't know about all the bad things that could happen.
Just the way you said that. The way you said the bitches.
I wouldn't have joined. I wouldn't have took that $50 million.
They were saying, like, using the bitches like Doc Madness. The bitches.
The bitches, they love visuals.
That's the way you said that. The bitches. But
I
no,
mean,
but I'm saying,
they're
but women,
already there.
but women don't want fucking bitches for men. Women want fucking men. That's what women see. They're complaining at the fact that men aren't being men, but as soon as they start acting like men, then all of a sudden they start throwing up this word that sounds like fucking a type of wood. They start throwing up misogyny and shit. You know, it's make up your fucking mind what the fuck you want.
Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. Make up the mind what you fucking want. Because if me and my daughter says, Dad, I want to grow up to be the best baseball player in the world. Cool. You just go outside and just fucking throw the ball.
Yep.
Here's the ball. Here's what you do. Make sure you put don't look at the glove going back. Just react. React to the glove. You know what I mean? Just start talking baseball stuff, and then throw the fucking ball at her, and then You purposely try to let her know the dangers of not keeping the mitt up to her face.
Exactly.
And you throw the
Oh,
ball.
shit, that hurt, didn't it?
Exactly. You don't fucking sit there and say, you don't toss it. Oh, well, you have to go ask your uncle. Go ask your Uncle Alf. He wants to toss the ball back and forth. Be a fucking bitch. Be a man. A man teaches a woman. A man teaches a little girl to be the greatest baseball player she wants to be. That's the whole reason why to do it. No, sit there.
No, I actually have counseled. A woman actually came to me once, and she sat there and she said, "I don't know what it is, but I keep ending up with all these guys who are taking advantage of me, or they're all sneaky, sleeping around me." And I just sat there and I said, well, I happen to know the type of guys you're going for. I said, why don't you go for a man, not a poser. Go for someone who is actually a man, who actually has a pair of balls, will actually stand up to you, not slither away with their tail between their legs because you have opinions. And she looked at me and says, and I said, that's what you want. You just don't get the fact that you may want this touchy-feely guy, but guess what? You really don't. Because the minute you get one, you don't like him.
No.
And she said that, believe it or not, she's actually went and found a guy who actually had a pair of balls, would not back down to her, and she married him. And she's actually happy. So, come on.
It's like that TV show Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really don't fucking get it. It's almost like men can't fucking win. Once again, we're in the fucking nation stage, the national stage of not being able to not win an argument, but to find out what the fuck you want, women. If you want to sit there and say I want a man and all this other shit, okay, fine. Here you go. A man does this, man does that. Where's the rule? And that's the thing. If women don't like it when I say something about a woman, because there is no rule book to be a woman. How do I know? Because I'm not a woman, but there is like an informal document. It must be like an FM or something like that for a women, feminist manual, 100-200 or some shit. You know what I mean? There's no like in a man is like, testosterone manual, raw TM, TM, 22-100 for man. You know what? So women, you have your fucking manual of what women are supposed to be doing. Men have our own manual of what we are supposed to do. So when I go and start talking about what women should do, I don't know, because I'm not a woman. But I'm going to tell you what a fucking man's going to fucking do.
Damn straight.
Yeah,
and that's the biggest problem is women will sit there and talk about how they want these touchy-feely, they're so comforting, and I like to cuddle with my man.
Oh, we got this conversation before, man. Exactly, Jay
Reddy.
Reddy.
Such a good laugh because when they find those guys, they drop them.
Yeah, exactly. Jay Reddy hit it right in the head. Spoiled bitches suck their own dude's penis. Suck each other's dude's penis on the reg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Spanky.
I'm somewhat of an expert on this because you know what? I think I'm a woman. Yeah. Last I checked.
Yeah,
right,
you're equipped.
Number
Go
one,
ahead.
Prove it. Come on, gotta prove it.
You don't have a manual, but go ahead.
I can't. I mean, like not over this phone call. But number one, we have no manual. We're all a little bit crazy. If any of us say we're not, they're lying. We all have our own kind of crazy. And two, yes, we have no manual because. Yeah, we'll make sandwiches and make y'all happy if you make us happy first. And you're absolutely right about this whole us wanting a man thing, and that's probably why I'm still single and will probably always will be because I am like that certain kind of crazy. Like I said, we're all our own certain kinds of crazy, and I need you to be the man. But I need you to let me be like, my own certain kind of crazy. And then if you try to like domesticate me a little bit too much, and I'm going to lose my shit. So let's just be really good friends.
No, that's what I'm saying though. But like you said, but you can speak to this, but you're right. You are saying that women, and the reason why women want that is because, oh my God, we're not supposed to be fucking equal.
No, we're not. And I completely and totally get that.
I know what's happening.
It's just that I have never had, I guess, found the one that can fucking stand up to my shit because trust me, I'm an alpha bitch and you have to be an alpha fucking male that put up with my shit. That's really what it is. And my ex was, and other things didn't work out because dual army couples, that doesn't always work. But fuck, you got to be way fucking alpha to, put up with my shit.
That's
or
not-
be able to, handle my shit. It doesn't always work.
Yeah, but the whole thing is that is if you want to be the man, and good spot there, Pook. I love that. When a woman asks you what do you want to go eat, just fucking, and you're the one that fucking wants to go eat, then you tell me what you want to fucking eat. But if you leave it up to me and you said no, you can pick next time or you can decide next time, then okay, fine, I will decide next time. But right now, you said you wanted to fucking decide what you want to eat. So what do you want to eat? And then there's a back and forth that happens. Then fucking fine. Then I'll just be all right. Bill, pick that. Let's go.
That's where you knock her over the head with the club, put her in the car. Where you show up, she wakes up.
Yeah. Pull her hair, throw her in the back, use the tape, use the fucking plastic, and put the lotion in the basket.
Hey.
But again, you don't. But again, you can't have your cake and ice too. You know what I mean? You want to be a fucking woman. You want to get treated. I want a real man. I want a real man that can do this. I want a real man that can do that. No, you don't, because you're telling all the world that you bleed all over your fucking your bed and you're a nasty woman, Ashley Judd, and yet you're fucking using your womanly assets to be a woman. Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. I really don't fucking.
Guys don't need to hear that.
Yeah, we don't need to hear that. I mean, like me saying I'm a nasty man and I don't like to
I
fucking
masturbate
and
and do. Yeah,
and
no, they don't want to hear that.
And I drag my butt like a dog with dingleberries on the mattress. I don't fucking say that shit. I don't sit there and say, oh yeah, I purposely fucking get BOs that way I could rub it all over your face or what. I don't say that shit.
Marking your territory.
No, marking my territory. Yeah. Or leave the seat up or piss all over the seats. What the fuck ever. You know what I mean? But don't sit there and say, I'm so tired of men and how the misogyny and blah 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 blah. And all you do is sit home and watch fucking Sex in the City, and you got a bunch of fucking cats around you and shit. You know what I mean? So I don't want to fucking hear it. When you have
I know I never said any of that.
No, but I'm saying,
I love Sex and the City because that's fucking hilarious.
No, but what I'm saying though is those fucking the disillusioned, and I will say disillusioned, think that way. And look, when you're a woman and you have, if you have more marriages than me, there's something fucking wrong with you.
And that's a lot.
I'm gonna go look for the woman that has more than you.
Gonna find
go find her.
Go find
like
her.
Not like the celebrity woman, because we can find like 17 of those. Like
Yeah,
woman.
exactly. But yeah, I'm just thinking, this is the thing that just irritates the fuck out of me. So now guys, when they say anything, now just by a simple accusation, now we're not talking about the Weinstein shit, because Weinstein, they got his ass on fucking tape. They got his ass recorded of doing this shit.
They got, what I mean? That the one anchor who had the switch.
Yeah, exactly. Matt Lauer, fucking Matt, fucking Ben Affleck, all these motherfuckers that were doing it all over the place. Which, you know what? And they were all fucking, nobody fucking said anything because they were afraid of saying shit, which is understandable because they were in a position of power. But for the guys that like Ryan,
they were afraid of not getting what they wanted.
Yeah, and Ryan Seacrest, that dude just like, I don't know, good game, and the next thing you know. And then the place where he was employed said, nah, I really don't really think after our investigation that he did anything, and everybody's he was guilty in the fucking court of public opinion, which is fucking wrong.
Which is exactly one of the parts of socialism is you take away justice and you replace it with social justice.
Oh man, I want to go on my porch right now and rock back and forth with an old shotgun. Get out of my grass. It's bullshit.
You're going to be well, no, you have a son. I was going to say, if you had a daughter, you'd be doing that anyway.
Yeah, no, I didn't know. I got, yeah, exactly. 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 Here's my daughter. And if you'd make a move. So today my daughter went to the prom. Her date was quite unhappy because I was sitting between the two. Asked if you wanted to go to a hotel, and I said,
on your horse and buggy.
Yeah. Then asked me if I wanted to go back to the hotel, and I said, sorry, I'm not that kind of man. I'm taking my daughter home. Fuckers. It just pisses me off, dude. It's just the whole thing that men are afraid of stepping. Because I'm going to say it right now, Well, fucking women just ruined fucking courtship. Ruined fucking courtship. All the stories that you hear about old people. You ever hear like the people who've been married 75 years or 80 years, and then the old man, the old woman dies, and then the man dies like 15 minutes later. They died holding hands. That was such a remarkable story. But then you hear how they met. You hear how they met. Well,
He took her courting.
Yeah, me and her were hanging out, and I saw her on the porch on the swing, and I came by and said, "Hey, lady, you wanna get in my wagon? Come in my wagon." She jumped in my wagon, and then I stole a kiss, and everyone's like, "Oh, you steal a kiss now? You're fucking Weinstein, dude. You can't do that."
And here's the other part. They had it great. Okay, women had it great when they back in the 70s. They started saying, "We want our rights." They got their rights. They started going forward. They're going all the way out. They had the choice of having kids, having jobs, everything. And now,
sorry,
now you're getting to that point where it's like, okay, sure, you're expected to work, and well, as far as the kids, maybe the men should be taking care of them now.
Cause writes, for every hot woman out there, there is always a guy who is sick of her shit.
Oh, so amen.
Oh, man. How do you think I feel? I see my ex on TV once in a while, and I'm like, you fucking for real. She's not on TV. She just looks like somebody that is on TV quite frequently. And everyone brings it to my attention. That looks like your ex. Shut the fuck up. And then I see her. I'm like, she really does look like my ass. Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? I'm like, shut up. Fucking. But
I don't know. Are you starting to lose it? You're talking to yourself.
No, I don't talk to myself. I mean, just I don't talk to myself. I talk to the rest of us. The whole thing. The whole thing is that again. Sorry, because now, dudes. I'm gonna tell Baby Ice the same way. You literally have to say, what are your intentions? Like when you go on a date, or no, when you don't go on a date and you're hanging out and someone is talking, just look the chick in the eye and say, what are your intentions? Who knows? Maybe we might have like like you said, Al, we might have like the giant grand societal epiphany to realize, wow, what the fuck were we thinking? What were you thinking? And all of a sudden things will go back to normal because it happens in waves, right? So
it really does. And here's the choice. We either have the epiphany, or did you ever see the movie Cherry 2000?
What is that?
It's an old B-budget movie where if you wanted to go and have sex, in the bar they actually had lawyers standing there, and you'd actually sit there and you'd have to talk about how you made love, what your favorite moves were, and everything else, and it all had to be in a contract before you could enter into the bedroom. Cherry 2000. It's an old B budget, funny as hell.
No, and not nowadays. You can't even watch fucking Yosemite Sam on fucking TV anymore without him being considered violent.
Oh, shit. I know. I've got. Luckily, I bought up some of that stuff.
Oh, I got the old DVDs, and I watched the old, and I got some of them downloaded on shit. And like, wow, man. But
what in tarnation?
Yeah, what in qualification?
I'm a rootin' tootin'.
But yeah, again, so whatever. I mean, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and they're just gonna solidify the fact that you're gonna wonder why guys are dicks. You're welcome. No, actually, because of you.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen. So
and everybody is women are starting to say we should be in charge because we're doing it right. And I'm sitting there the whole time going, you're the reason men are going away. Men are becoming wussified, and that's a good thing to you. Men need to be able to thump their chest. Men need to be able to go out and throw a football. Men need to be able to throw shit just because they want to throw shit.
Yeah, exactly.
If you can't deal with that, then go become a lesbian.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh man.
Because that's basically what you want is a man with a dick.
Yeah, scissor me. Oh, scissor me timbers. You know what? Fucking. Yeah, you're right, Casey. They have consent apps. That's what I'm talking about. No, you literally have to like record your shit. And it sounds like it's fucked up because, you know, you go down a slippery slope. How is it that Snapchat was created? See, that's what trips me out. Snapchat is one of the most highly used apps that are for messaging used by women.
And what do they do with those damn pictures? What are they showing?
What are they showing? What are those? Yeah, exactly. It's all about the snaps. That is the most highly frequent, the highest frequent use of that app is women. So, so guys, what we need to do is we need to have like a fuck snap or some shit. So that way we can record ourselves in an intimate moment to where we can clearly see that yes, you did consent. Because that's what it's gonna take, guys. It's gonna take us like a fucking GoPro on your dick and on your fucking head to get consent. Or you want consent, or like Casey said, have like a thumbprint or some shit like that.
Yep. And then, like I said, it's silly as hell, but that movie, Cherry 2000, said the same thing. And it's leading up to that. It gets to the point where you can no longer just go up and hold a hand and go up and say...
So what would this consent apps for? I mean, we got your thumb on there. So like, here, hang on, let me get my phone. What's this for? This is you know what I mean? It's got like a little scan on your thumb. What is this? That tells me right here that you're consenting to have sex. Now think about that now. Women are complaining that guys are fucking misogynist and also this shit, they're not romantic and blah, 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 blah. And now I'm going to have you fucking put your thumb on my fucking phone. Why? To ruin the moment by saying, here, could you put your thumb on here? What's this? Oh, it's so that way you don't say that I raped you. And so if you go ahead and put your thumb on here, that is a consent app, and that'll scan your thumb, verifying the fact that you do want to knock boots with me. Press it twice, so that way I can go at least more than once. Press it 3 times, so that way everything's fucking it's unlimited or whatever.
You want what J Ready wants? Lick that ass.
Yeah, BJ's and butt sex. Can you go ahead and just tap it 4 times, and then we'll be good to go. But anything else than that, then you just have that. You just go ahead and put your butt on, please. Now think about that. If you had to just say that, like you were getting all, oh yeah, you're fucking getting on getting the woo woo woo. You're hanging out with a chick, and you're like, oh hey, what's going on?
Wow, wow.
Yeah, brown chicken, brown cow like a motherfucker. And the next thing you know, oh, you're getting hot and heavy. You're about ready to do the deed, and all of a sudden you go,
wait a minute.
You pull the phone out. Pull that phone out like a. Think about how romantic that would be, huh, Spanky?
It's not romantic, but because, it's not been that long since I've been out the Army, there's been a time or two that I've had a couple drinks, but not been drunk, and I, in my right mind, think I could consent, but let's just think that I'm some dumb girl. According to, the sharp rules, I could have just said, oh no, I had a couple drinks.
We should have stopped right there.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. The
that's
sharp
what I'm
rules.
saying
The sharp rules says specifically though.
Okay, so we also now have to include a breathalyzer.
Well, no. Well, but that's exactly what I'm saying is that according to the sharp rules, I was not allowed to give my consent. I don't know why it's just the female because that's
the army. The army says
about it.
Correct. The army says that if you have intaked any alcohol and you're a female now, Al, then you cannot consent. You are not of capable mind. You are not of mental capacity or competence to own a firearm. I mean to to give up sex.
Right, and I'm a grown ass woman. I know when I.
Not when you drink. The army is misogynist. They're telling you that you're not woman enough to decide for yourself when you know what I mean. So now that you're
not mature enough to know.
So now once alcohol touches your lips because you're a girl, you've lost all the capacity of you being womaning. So you've lost your womanizing.
I'm surprised they don't hand out breathalyzers as the guys walk out.
And I get where they're coming from, where they're trying to say that there are times when women are not just women. Let me take that part back. When people are blacked out, fucking drunk. And cannot give consent. And I know that's what they're going for, but they didn't draw that line.
No, they're not.
And they can't unless, I guess, again, like maybe that's just a new thing. There should be that fucking app on the phone Is it romantic? No, but is it going to save a lot of fucking innocent people's ass?
No pun intended. Because once you hit 3 times on that fucking thumb, your
But
ass
it
is mine.
would.
Yeah, no, you hit that fucking third. Yeah, what? I'm sorry. My phone says that you tapped the phone 3 times, so that means.
Yeah, oh no, wait, blow into this first. Let's make sure you're not over the legal
That's
limit
what I mean.
and you're not
That's what I'm saying.
blackout drunk.
You're gonna have to have
blow
that.
into this.
Yeah, blow into that.
Put your
next
thumbprint here.
Yep. And then
Can give consent.
eh,
According to this, I'm sorry, we have to stop.
we have to stop. Hang on, let me go jerk it in the fucking bathroom right quick, and then we can go. I'll take you home or something like that. Since the Army considers you not woman enough to, because as soon as you put some to your lips, and unfortunately you can't put me on them, then you're gonna go ahead and take it back to the
But
house.
here's a sad thought for you. They're basically saying men are mature enough to stop when they hear a woman is drunk.
Correct.
But they're
Or
turning around and saying women aren't smart enough to know if
Exactly.
they're drunk.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. It basically the Army is saying right now, the DOD sharp policy is that when you're a man and you've been drinking, you should know better and you have the mental capacity to not fucking know the difference. Now,
I'm surprised we don't have feminists all over this.
I know. And then women, because the Army, the DOD policy, because you're a woman, any alcohol that you touch, you're immediately protected from any, and you're absolved from any type of accusations because you drank. Because as a guy, I should know better because I was a guy that drank. You are a woman, and because you drank, you're not. We're sorry. We're taking that decision-making power from you. And oh, by the way, fuck it. You want to go ahead and get a DUI? Because that's what pisses me off. So does it apply for a DUI as well for a woman? That's kind of like unfair.
Oh, exactly.
Fuck
and,
no.
and exactly. So we are unable to make these decisions whether we can have sex or not. But you're going to fucking slam us and kick us out the Army because now we should be able to make this conscious decision whether we can get behind the wheel.
Yeah, correct.
But because, yes, I have known
You could drive a car, but you can't drive your body.
completely
Yeah, exactly. So,
mature woman
yeah,
that
no,
this has happened to.
no,
because
Spanky.
they made the stupid decision because they drank too much and they got a phone call
Yep.
and just decided that
Yep.
that was more important at that time.
Ladies,
They were not thinking straight.
ladies of
But
the
no.
ladies of the WTF Nation, you cannot if you're listening to WTF Nation right now and you've been drinking, then you are not of sound body and mind to listen, and so yeah,
You're not responsible for what you do while you're listening
exactly.
to it.
So now all of us,
Yeah.
because you drank, all the psychological pornography that you're receiving right now is going to be fucked. You're screwed. So
Yeah,
anyways.
and that's exactly what the Army was telling me. Like, let's just say Sergeant First Class Spanky got drunk one night, got behind the wheel of the car, and made a stupid decision. I'd have been totally responsible for that. Sergeant First Class Spanky, got drunk one night and got in bed with somebody. I could just say, oh, no, I'm not responsible for this. This motherfucker raped me.
And the Army could say, yep, you're right. The guy
And
should have known better.
That's exactly what they're telling me.
The guy should have known better. Oh, we can go. Oh, we can go on for fucking days about this subject. But right now,
we go on about the hypocrisy of feminism.
the hypocrisy and atrocity of, yeah,
Militant feminism.
yep. So, anywho, we gotta do some house cleaning.
Still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. We gotta do some house cleaning.
Okay.
You there?
Okay. We got to again, I only have one computer so I can't pull anything up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
My
that's
computer
right.
went bye-bye.
They went tits. The computer went tits. Your computer became misogynist.
Yeah, big time.
So, anyways, hey, this Thursday we're gonna have Chris Brunetti. He's gonna come back on with YouTube star Bion McCullough from No Cash and the executive director of the House of Hope, Brian Braddock. Everybody knows who. If you guys don't know who Chris Brunetti is, he's come on the show plenty of times. He's a Sergeant's Time favorite. He's a great kid. Discuss all of the pertinent issues that deal with domestic violence and veteran. He's also played a military advisor and actor on the TV show Army Wives. Played in the movie Max about the military working dog, and also was in a recent episode of House of Cards before it got spaceyed. So now I'm going to ask him about that.
Yeah,
because he was very
skinny.
He was very tiptoeing when we discussed House of Cards the last time he was on, And so he does a lot of MMA and stunt work as well. So it'd be great to have Chris. It's always fun to have Chris coming on here. On Saturday, for Saturday Night Savagery, we're going to have Arthur J.P. Willie. He's an active duty sergeant first class in the Army. He's going to be talking about his new debut book, Blood in the Woods. He was born and raised in the great southern state of Louisiana. Louisiana. Wisconsin. And he moved to Baton Rouge when he was just 14. Baton Rouge. And he currently lives with his wife, Corey, 5 beautiful children in Louisiana. Served 2 combat tours in Afghanistan with the U.S. Army and enjoys writing horror, psychological thrillers, supernatural fiction, and dark fiction. He's been doing authorship since he was 12 years old, and obviously his favorite author has been Stephen King. Oh, and we're gonna have Kaylin Lambert come back on from Artillery Round Tumblers. That's what I'm talking about. If you guys don't know, the Artillery Round Tumblers, these are the guys that make mugs and tumblers out of shell casings or make them look like shell casings. From 155, pretty badass. Ooh, maybe he'll have some stuff to give out. You never know.
Who knows?
Who knows? You never know what we can get. Anyways, yep, got a show every night. 2300. You guys are going to notice some changes and stuff. You guys are going to notice some stuff happening. I want to make an announcement tonight. You guys are going to see it you're going to see it popped up on the main page tomorrow at U.S. Army WTF Moments. We are going to host Hire Our Heroes virtual job fair. This is important. Virtual for 3 hours from 12 to 1500 Eastern Standard Time is going to be a virtual job fair. So we're going to have, and tomorrow is going to be the first call out for a company. If you are a company and you want to hire veterans, start looking at some material, start looking at the stuff that's being posted on U.S. Army WTF Moments, and also more likely going to be shared on WTF Nation Radio's Facebook page as well. So
hire best.
So if you start seeing that, it is for, you're going to start seeing some marketing stuff for that event, and that's happening on the 25th of April at 1200 all the way to 1500. So it's going to be 3 hours. It's going to be like a Jerry Lewis telethon of virtual veteran fair, job fair stuff. You're going to have some employers come on, talk about that, peddle their wares, say what their work, here's what they need, and then there will be individuals on line to be able to answer questions and all that, because I have a feeling once it starts getting hot and heavy, everyone's going to be jumping on there. It's going to be a great event. The reason why we're doing it in the middle of the day is because it's the middle of the day, and we're also going to do it in the middle of the week. So that way, there might be some people that are transitioning out.
Best time to do it is during the day.
Yeah, best time to do it. Yeah.
You're going to have a harder time getting the employers.
Exactly. Not to mention the fact that we're going to try to invite some other groups on here as well. I'm gonna throw them to them, and then that way it'll be a big event. We don't want this to be, because we're all the stuff that we see on U.S. Army WTF Moments and Facebook Live, WTF Nation Radio.
Take a breath.
Yeah, I need to take a breath. I need to stop drinking coffee because I'm getting really hyped up. Oh, I'm getting hyped up for this event. Is that we always get requests. Hey, can you post this job for me? Hey, how come you don't post this job? How come you don't post this job and you would rather post memes and shit like that? Well, that's part of our mission. Make people laugh, throw out resources, and inform and entertain the troops. So we're not a job posting site. We don't do that. We're not monster.com. So we decided that when we had Hire Our Heroes on, we were talking about this in discussion anyways, but when we found out that Hire Our Heroes were doing the same thing, we're just like, let's collaborate. Let's do it. So the best thing to do it is that when you see the call out for it and you're an employer, that means you have a company or a corporation, there will be point of contact information for you to get in contact with the individuals that are running it. The point of contact.
Those of you who are active, think about this.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you're doing ACAP and Soldier for Life stuff like that, tell your Soldier for Life counselor, because I'm going to get in touch with all the major installations and their Soldier for Life, Task Force Dagger, the CARE Coalition, all those individual DoD agencies and charitable organizations that assist. I'm going to point them to the direction of Hire Our Heroes. This is not going to be like anything else. It's not going to be like, oh yeah, whatever. It's not going to be a stupid ACAP class you're going to get. This is just for them to get the information that they know that's happening, so that way it's obviously recorded. There's always obviously going to be some information out. There's going to be the employers talking exactly what's going to happen. So we're pumped. I can't speak enough. I can talk about this all night. And right spanking. Job seekers are always looking in the middle of the day too.
Exactly.
So with that, you guys got anything for me? Because on my end, it looks like my Facebook Live froze. I guess I had enough. Can you guys hear me? Can y'all hear me and shit? Can you guys?
I can hear you, darling.
Don't
Yes, I
they-
can hear you. I was just trying to I'm trying to see if we're getting sucked and see if you're froze too.
Yeah. Okay, everyone's getting so just for that, I'm going to open up another platform here. That platform is saying that I'm streaming and I'm good to go. So that means if they're disrupting, then they won't mind me playing another Darth Treasy, because I'm gonna start doing that now. Any Darth Treasy videos that I find now, I'm gonna troll everybody with it. So fucking pissed off with that shit.
That's what you do.
Anywho,
everybody out there,
all right, well,
just keep a smile on your face.
Yeah, exactly. Keep a smile on your face. So y'all have a good night, and see ya. Shots.
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 Such love, such joy, such ecstasy. So much pleasure in my mouth.
Sorry, I forgot to mute the mic.
It's okay. I'm trying to see if that comes up. Are you trying to play it on Facebook?
No, hang on. All right, y'all have a good night. Take it easy. Shots.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Good evening, boys and girls. This is Tim Kennedy. I'm a Special Forces sniper, a Ranger qualified Green Beret, a UFC fighter. Please listen to us and the shenanigans that we're going to say. We will insult you. There will be racial slurs. We will be sexist. We will offend you. But there will be magic, and a unicorn will be raped. So enjoy the show. Thank you for listening on WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
Please enjoy the show. Shots.
Me what it is to see when you look at me deep into the photography. I don't really need your sympathy, just tell me your thoughts. Have I got what they got, and is it a plot done for naught? Am I not like you because I do what I do? Who knew that I could lose a few of you cause I bleed blue? But it's true, I know cause I see it every day as I work and I sleep the day away. Like you I have pain and like you I have fear. Can I pay all of the bills and still make it through the year? Will I make it home alive? Should I pray to the sky every day and every night? Will I hold you by my side? But in the public eye I don't even have a heart. A robot of the system moving only when I'm told to start. Rip apart my art, I'm strong like a flower blooming. You got it all wrong, I know I breathe, and like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human.
Call me a vet like a soldier. Green Beret, 21 gun salute, don't wanna see today. In the constant war zone, in the home of the brave, where they hate the police until they saving the day. I got kids like you, a mortgage like you, so blue lives matter, and so does yours too. All this separation and divide, open your eyes. If you cut us all open, we the same inside. The only difference is I run to the gunfight. Your peace when it's chaos, when the people don't act right. Put them under scrutiny for trying to protect me. You pull a pistol and I'm shooting for trying to contest me. I got a quick second to make a deadly decision. The media betray me like a kid for a living, like I'm cold with no heart, a brain with no thoughts, a body with no feeling, a life with no cause.
Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. I'm damned if I do do, and damned if I don't. It's like every single time I say what's on my mind, they go for my throat, they spew evil words. If you are absurd, always grinding, grinning, and killing my soul with these verbs. Hold me down, like I can't gasp for air. I'm closed inside of a box, like I'm inside Fort Knox. Every time that I'm there, I don't know why they think that I'm different from you. All that's true is I'm like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see, and like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see, and like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see, and like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see, and like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human.
Now, having said all this, why aren't I 50 points ahead? Let's go! We gotta go now! Hurry! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business.
You are fake news.
Media outlets like CNN,